Okay, hi everyone. Gonna be streaming for a couple hours today. As you know, I'm right now I'm adding to. Sorry, I'm looking at the preview. I really shouldn't. Okay, I'll be looking at you. As you know, today I'll be adding to the. Did it again? Adding to the book list. Um, I have a book list here. I can show you. And basically, I've been reading all. I read all of these books actually. I finished all of them. Uh, in the past couple months, and I've basically been trying to add the info that I learned from them into my own ebook. It's completely free. I'm not like making any profit off of somebody else's knowledge or anything. But basically, I'm adding them to my own ebook, and I want to use the ebook and organize the ebook that I create. Um, and I want to use it to become financially free within the next few years. So I'm basically just reading every book about money. The next book that I really want to read is Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. Tools of Titans. This book here. Uh, People are like actually I've had this book for man like 2 years or something, but I've actually just never got into it, and it's just been kind of sitting in my closet. So definitely want to get to it. I think yeah. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and read that. It has an entire section on I think it's like health, wealth, and wisdom or something like that. And I want to read the entire wealth section of Tools of Titans. Basically, if you don't know anything about this book, um, Tim Ferriss, he runs a successful podcast called the Tim Ferriss Show, and it's on Spotify too. I could probably get it on Spotify. But anyways, it's this one. And basically what he does is he interviews top performers from all different industries. Chess, I think like on his profile, he's like chess kind of top chess players, top athletes, top chefs, and he basically tries to see if there's anything um like anything common between them. So, and he basically took excerpts of his interviews with famous with these top performers, and he put it into this book, which is Tools of Titan. So, these are like some of the best things that he has learned from the people that he's interviewed. So, anyways, that's the book. I'm gonna go ahead and read that within. I probably want to start that today, actually. So, but for now, there's actually a couple loose ends that we need to finish off. The last stream a couple days ago, we were talking about the Millionaire Fast Lane, and it's a book by MJ DeMarco. I read this and I put these notes together, but there's a part of the book where he says like, hey, like if you want to be financially free, if you want to be independent of a job, and you want to start making money, you have to be financially literate. Like you have to know uh, terms, like financial terms. You have to know the language of money. You have to know what bonds are. You have to know what stocks are. You have to know what call options or stop options, and you have to know these things. It's part of being financially free. It's part of understanding money. So one of the things that we ended off stream, I was getting tired, but these ones in oranges I haven't done any research on yet, but I will now. I I want to look into this one, how a mutual fund works. I also want to look again into the it's like municipal bonds, um, which he said to look at. I can't how stock options work. I should look at that too. I don't really know how stock options work. Calls and puts, bonds. Okay, so we can look at that. Let me look at how a mutual fund works. Let's go to our good friend YouTube. That's me. Fund. Oh, where's the sound? Oh, okay. Okay, so something that I want to say here is that in all of the books that I've been reading, mutual funds are typically not the recommended investment vehicle for people. It's usually in several different books that I've read from millionaires. It's usually they invest in index funds, and primarily this is because mutual funds have a very high commission fee. Usually, the commission fee is around 3% that the manager takes. In contrast to that, index funds, the typical commission that you'll see is around 0.05% or something like that. So over time, there's a lot of data that you can look into. Oh, sorry, I kicked the cell phone. I kicked the webcam. Over time, what you'll find with your investments and your fortune is that um, this percentage, it seems like it's not that much, but this is what is this like? I don't know, like 3 times more or 6 times more money you're paying in fees, something like that. Like I'm really bad at math, but you're paying a lot more in fees. Let me actually look up average index fund commission. It's usually like, oh, 1.4. Okay. Um, the average equity mutual fund is 1.4. Oh, sorry. So this should be that. Something like that. So basically, because the commission and the fees are lower, you basically pocket all of that money. So that's fine. I think we pretty much understand this. Typically have a lower fee of 1.4%, and you pocket all of the savings, or you invest all of the savings. Okay, so that's okay. I think this is fine. We can turn the screen. We don't need to look into it anymore. It's fine. I don't know really about stock options. Why don't we stock options, calls and puts. Okay, let's try this one.
Susie's selling her house for $500,000 in a neighborhood that has a nearby parcel of land that is for sale as
Hello?
well. There are two parties interested in the land. Peter plans to develop the land into a beautiful park and bird sanctuary. And Harry plans to build a low-cost housing development. Now, Sammy comes along and is interested in buying Susie's house for a cash deal. But he has a problem. He won't have the cash available for 3 months. So he's, of course, worried that the house will be sold to someone else in the meantime. So he decides to offer Susie $5,000, or the option premium, right now, if she'll take the house off the market and give him the option. This would be a call option to buy the house for $500,000, which is referred to as the strike price, anytime within the next 3 months, which is the expiration date. Now, if he does not elect to buy the house, Susie keeps. Okay, first to demonstrate how call options work, I'm going to tell you a little story. And by the way, if calls and puts are old hat to you, then you've already got a leg up. So the method I'm going to teach you afterward will be even easier for you to apply with options. Okay, here we go. So Susie's selling her house for $500,000 in a neighborhood that has a nearby parcel of land that is for sale as well. There are two parties interested in the land. Peter plans to develop the land into a beautiful park and bird sanctuary. And Harry plans to build a low-cost housing development. Now, Sammy comes along and is interested in buying Susie's house for a cash deal. But he has a problem. He won't have the cash available for 3 months. So he's, of course, worried that the house will be sold to someone else in the meantime. So he decides to offer Susie $5,000, or the option premium, right now, if she'll take the house off the market and give him the option. This would be a call option to buy the house for $500,000, which is referred to as the strike price, anytime within the next 3 months, which is the expiration date. Now, if he does not elect to buy the house, Susie keeps the $5,000 premium and Sammy walks away from the deal. If he does elect to buy the house, or exercise the option, Susie still gets to keep the $5,000 and he pays her $500,000 for the house.
Oh,
Now, 3 things could happen in this story. In scenario
okay.
1, Peter buys the nearby parcel of land. This, of course, will increase the value of Susie's home to, say, $600,000, in which case Sammy will be very happy to exercise his option to buy the house for $500,000. In scenario 2, Harry buys the nearby parcel of land. This, of course, will decrease the value of Susie's home to, say, $400,000, in which case Sammy will not exercise his option to buy at $500,000, and he'll just walk away from the deal having lost only $5,000. Then there's scenario 3, where neither party buys the nearby parcel of land. Susie's house is still worth $500,000, and Sammy can elect to exercise his option to buy the house for $500,000 or not and simply walk away from the deal, losing only $5,000. In effect,
Okay.
Sammy is controlling a $500,000 asset for 3 months for only $5,000. No matter what happens during that time, the most he can lose is $5,000. Susie, on the other hand, is happy to take the $5,000 as she had no guarantee anyone else would buy the house at her asking price, nor did she feel the nearby parcel happy to take the $5,000. No matter what happens during that time, the most he can lose is $5,000. Susie, on the other hand, is happy to take the $5,000 as she had no guarantee anyone else would buy the house at her asking price, nor did she feel the nearby parcel of land would sell anytime soon. Here's a footnote to the story. Depending on the circumstances, if Susie felt she was likely to attract another buyer in the near term, she would have demanded more than $5,000 from Sammy to take the house off the market for 3 months. Likewise, with call options, the more the underlying asset is perceived to appreciate, the higher the premium demanded by the market for that call option. So now let's define this in trading terms and look at an actual
that
example
makes
trade.
sense.
A call option is a contract between two parties to exchange a stock at a strike price by a predetermined date. One party, the buyer of the call, has the right but not an obligation to buy the stock at the strike price by the future date, while the other party, the seller of the call, has the obligation to sell the stock to the buyer at the strike price if the buyer exercises the option. For example, if a stock is trading at $50 and you think it's going to go up to $60, you might buy a $55 call option for, say, 20 cents. If the stock rose to $60, that would allow you to buy the stock at $55, even though it's valued at $60, netting you a $4.80 profit on each share. On the other hand, the person that sold you the call would be obligated to sell you the stock at $55 at a loss of $4.80.
It's like you're
if the stock never
reserving
rises
it.
above $55 by expiration date, the call expires worthless, and the call buyer is out 20 cents, and the call seller keeps the 20 cents. Okay, now let's look at how put options work by revisiting Susie and Sammy from our earlier story. Sammy owns a truck worth $40,000. He's concerned that his truck might be damaged in an accident or even stolen. So Sammy decides to buy a zero-deductible insurance policy. Or
okay, a call option. A call option is kind of like, it's like a deposit, kind of, or it's like a guarantee or something, where it's like I'll give you $10, so that you can give me this stock at $55. But I don't want to buy the stock yet because like it might go up. So I just kind of want to reserve my spot. Okay, like I think it might go up, but I'm not really sure. I'll give you $10 to reserve my right to buy a stock. Well, that's complicated. I think the house explanation was a lot better, but okay. So it's like a deposit or like some kind of guarantee. And if the price of the stock goes up, like 55 to, let's say, like $80, and then you could say like, hey, like, you know, I have my deposit, I have my guarantee, you said you'd sell it to me for 55, give it to me for 55. Okay, and then you could buy it at that price even though it has already gone up. Okay, and then but also at the same time, if you don't exercise your right to buy the stock or whatever it is, or the house or whatever, like in the house example, then the person would just straight up keep your money, like your deposit. It's like you bought like an IOU or something. Like, I want to buy this IOU, and the IOU says that I can redeem this IOU at any time, and it says that the stock purchased with this IOU is $55, even if it's actually worth 80 or something, or 100. I have an IOU that's like a coupon or something. Okay. What's a put?
A put option on the truck for the full amount of $40,000, which would be the strike price, insurance policy. He's concerned that his truck might be damaged in an accident or even stolen. So Sammy decides to buy a zero-deductible insurance policy, or a put option, on the truck for the full amount of $40,000, which would be the strike price, from Susie's auto insurance company. Susie charges him $1,500. That would be the option premium for a 1-year policy, 1 year being the expiration date. Now, 3 things could happen in this story. In the first scenario, Sammy's truck is not damaged or stolen during the year, so Susie keeps the $1,500 premium. Sammy's okay with losing the $1,500 for the protection it provided him for the year. In scenario 2, Sammy's truck is damaged in an accident, requiring $10,000 in repairs. He exercises his insurance policy, or his put option, by filing a claim, and Susie pays him $10,000 for the repairs as agreed. Sammy is happy he purchased protection for this possibility. In the third scenario, Sammy's truck is stolen. He exercises his insurance policy, which is his put option, and files a claim, but this time for the full replacement value of his truck, and Susie pays him the full amount of $40,000 to buy a new truck. Sammy, of course, is very happy he purchased protection for this possibility. In any case, Susie's happy because she sold many such insurance policies, different put options, to other drivers, most which never filed a claim or never exercised their options, providing her with a net profit overall. And here's a footnote to this story. If Sammy had a poor driving record, that's more a risk to Susie, so she would have charged him more than $1,500 for the 1-year insurance policy. On the other hand, if Sammy had an exemplary driving record, Susie could have charged him less, as the risk would be lower. Likewise, with put options, the higher the perceived risk, the higher the premium demanded by the market. Let's look again at a definition and a trading example. A put option, then, is a contract between two parties to exchange a stock, or an ETF, at a strike price by a predetermined date. One party, the buyer of the put, has the right but not an obligation to sell the stock at the strike price by the future date, while the other party, the seller of the put, has the obligation to buy the stock from the buyer at the strike price if the buyer exercises the option. For example, if a stock is trading at $50 and you think it's going to go down to $40, you might buy a $45 put option for, say, 20 cents. If the stock dropped to $40, that would allow you to sell the stock at $45, even though it's valued at $40, netting you a $4.80
Okay.
profit on each share. On the other hand, the person that sold you the put would be obligated to buy the stock from you at $45 at a loss of $4.80. If the stock never drops below $45 by expiration date, the put expires worthless, and the put buyer is out 20 cents, and the put seller keeps the 20 cents. Thanks for watching
Okay.
this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. For more free training, go
Oh,
ahead and
that's
subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us.
oh, that's so clear. I love that video. We're gonna add that to our research. This is super clear video. Oh, wait. So a put uh that you can buy a stock um for a cheaper price even if it has risen in value. A put is when a put it's like a deposit or a guarantee that you can buy a stock. Oh, sorry, you can sell a stock for its more expensive price, even if it has gone down in value. So, like, you could still sell it for. You could still sell a stock for $55 even if it is valued now, even if its value is let's say like $40 or something. Okay, so you can you have that option. And this one it's like you can still buy a stock for $50 even though it's worth $100 now. And so this is what Robert Kiyosaki was talking about in his book. He was saying like if you exercise this kind of insurance, it's a kind of insurance. It's an insurance. If you exercise this kind of insurance, you will mitigate your risk of losing money. And he's saying that if people understood that more people would participate in the stock market, and make their wealth that way. But most people don't understand calls and puts, call options and puts. Okay, what are bonds? I don't know. Let me check. What are bonds?
Bonds are a common investment. However, to many investors, they remain a mystery. So let's explore what a bond is and how it might benefit your investment portfolio. A bond is simply a loan given to a company or government by an investor. By issuing a bond, a company or government borrows money from investors, who in return are paid interest on the money they've loaned. Companies and governments issue bonds frequently to fund new projects or ongoing expenses. Bonds are a common investment. However, to many investors, they remain a mystery. So let's explore what a bond is and how it might benefit your investment portfolio. A bond is simply a loan given to a company or government by an investor. By issuing a bond, a company or government borrows money from investors, who in return are paid interest on the money they've loaned. Companies and governments issue bonds frequently to fund new projects or ongoing expenses. Some investors use bonds in hopes of preserving the money they have, while also generating additional income. Bonds are often viewed as a less risky alternative to stocks and are sometimes used to diversify a portfolio. Consider this example. The city of Fairview wants to build a new baseball stadium, so it decides to issue bonds
So
to
this
raise
is a
money.
municipal
Each bond is
bond.
a loan for $1,000, which Fairview promises to pay back in 10 years. To make this loan more attractive to investors, Fairview agrees to pay an annual interest rate of 5%, which in the bond world is also known as a coupon rate. An investor buys the bond at face value for $1,000. Now, let's fast forward. Each year, the city of Fairview pays the investor $50. These regular interest rates continue for the length of the bond, which is 10 years. Once the bond reaches maturity, the investor redeems
You
his
get your
bond,
$1,000
and
bucks
Fairview
back.
returns his $1,000 principal investment. This bond was a good deal for both the city and our investor. Fairview got the money it needed to build the stadium. The investor received regular interest payments and the return of the original investment. Because a bond offers regularly scheduled payments and the return of invested principal, bonds are often viewed as a more predictable and stable form of investing. Compare regular payments of a bond to the experience of owning a stock. With stocks, profits and losses are driven by market forces and are generally less predictable. Of course,
Okay.
like any investment, bonds are not without risk. One risk that bond investors face is the possibility that the issuer defaults on paying back the principal. This is what is known as default risk. Typically, bonds with higher default risk also come with higher coupon rates. The amount of risk depends mostly on the financial stability of the issuer. For example, most governments are generally considered stable issuers and issue bonds with a relatively low coupon rate. Corporate bonds typically represent a greater risk of default, as companies can and do go bankrupt. That's why corporate bonds often offer a higher coupon rate. Several credit rating agencies assign rankings to different bonds. This can help bond investors to gauge the financial strength of the bond issuer. These ratings agencies often use different criteria for measuring risk, so it's a good idea to compare ratings when considering a particular bond. And keep in mind, rating agencies aren't always accurate, so be sure to research a bond and its risks thoroughly before investing. Another risk to consider is interest rate risk. This is the risk that interest rates will go up, and any bond you own will be worth less if sold before the maturity date. After all, when interest rates rise, more investors allocate their money into the new, higher interest rate bonds. If you wanted to unload a low interest rate bond to take advantage of these new rates, you would have to sell your bond at a discount to make it a worthwhile purchase for another investor. Capital preservation and income generation are just two ways bonds might be part of a diversified portfolio. Many investors use a mix of stocks and bonds to pursue their investment goals. And because bonds move differently from stocks, they can help increase or protect portfolio returns. Keep in mind that this discussion showed you one simplified way that investors might use bonds, and only a few of the risks to consider. Like all investments, bonds are complex and have a variety of uses and risks. Before you invest in bonds, it's important that you invest in your own financial education.
True. That's what we're doing. Hello. How, why do bonds rise and fall?
What I want to do in this video is to give a not too mathy explanation of why bond prices move in the opposite direction as interest rates. So bond prices versus interest rates. So to start off,
Bonds are a common investment. However, to many investors, they remain a mystery. So let's explore what a bond is and how it might benefit your investment portfolio. A bond is simply a loan given to a company or government by an investor. By issuing a bond, a company or government borrows money from
What I want to do in this video is to give a not too mathy explanation of why bond prices move in the opposite direction as interest rates. So bond prices versus interest rates. So to start off, I'll just start with a fairly simple bond, one that does pay a coupon, and we'll just talk a little bit about what you'd be willing to pay for that bond if interest rates moved up or down. So let's start with a bond from some company. So let me just write this down. This could be company A. It doesn't just have to be from a company, it could be from a municipality, or it could be from the US government. And let's say it's a bond for $1,000. Let's say it has a 2-year maturity. And let's say that it has a 10% coupon. 10% coupon paid semi-annually. So this is semi-annual payments. So if we just draw the diagram for this, obviously I ran out of space on the actual bond certificate, but let's draw a diagram of the payments for this bond. So this is today. Let me do it in a different color. That's today. Let me draw a little timeline right here. This is 2 years in the future when the bond matures. So that is 24 months in the future. Halfway is 12 months. Then this is 18 months. And this right here is 6 months. And we went over a little bit of this in the introduction to bond video. But it's a 10% coupon paid semi-annually. So it'll pay us 10% of the par value per year, but it's going to break it up into 2 6-month payments. So 10% of 1,000 is $100. So they're going to give us $50 every 6 months. They're going to give us half of our 10% coupon every 6 months. So we're going to get $50 here, $50 here. These are going to be our coupon payments. $50 there, and then finally, at 2 years, we'll get $50, and we'll also get the par value of our bond. We'll also get $1,000. So we'll get $1,000 plus $50, 24 months from today. Now, the day that let's say this is today that we're talking about, the bond is issued, and you look at that, you say, you know what, for a company like Company A, for this risk profile, given where interest rates are right now, I think a 10% coupon is just about perfect. So 10% coupon is just about perfect. So you say, you know what, I think I will pay $1,000 for it. So the price of the bond, right when it gets issued, or on day 0, if you will, you'd be willing to pay $1,000 for it. Because you say, look, you know, I'm getting roughly 10% a year, and then I get my money back. 10% is a good interest rate for that level of risk. Now, let's say that the moment after you buy that bond, just to make things a little bit, obviously interest rates don't move this quickly, but let's say the moment after you buy that bond, or maybe to be a little bit more realistic, let's say the very next day, interest rates go up. If interest rates go up, let me do this in a new color. So let's say that interest rates go up. And let's say they go up in such a way that now that they've moved up for this type of a company, for this type of risk, you could go out in the market and get 15% coupon. So let's say for this type of risk, you would now expect a 15% interest rate. Obviously, for something less risky, you would expect less interest in that. But for a company just like Company A, you would now expect a 15% interest rate. So interest rates have gone up. Now, let's say you need cash and you come to me and you say, hey, Sal, are you willing to buy this certificate off of me? I need some cash. I need some liquidity. I can't wait for the 2 years for me to get my money back. How much are you willing to pay for this bond? Well, I'll
Oh,
say,
I
you know
thought
what?
that was bad.
I'm going
I
to
thought you
pay
weren't supposed to
less than
sell before the
$1,000
maturity
because this
date.
bond is only giving me 10%. I'm expecting 15%, so I want to pay something less than $1,000 that after I do all of the fancy math in my spreadsheet, it'll come out to be 15%. So I'm going to pay, so the price, so in this
Oh,
situation, the price will go
okay.
down. And I'll actually do the math with a simpler bond than one that pays coupons right after this. But I just want to give you the intuitive sense. If interest rates go up, someone willing to buy that bond, they'll say, gee, this only gives a 10% coupon. That's not the 15% coupon I can get on the open market. I'm going to pay less than $1,000 for this bond. So the price will go down. Or you could essentially say that the bond would be trading at a discount to par. Bond would trade at a discount to par. Now, let's say the opposite happens. Let's say that interest rates go down. Let's say that we're in a situation where interest
Why are the interest rates going down though?
go down. So now for this type of risk, like
Is it
Company
because of the
A,
risk?
people expect 5%. People expect 5% rate. So how much could you sell this bond for? Well, if you weren't there and if I had to just go to companies issuing their bonds, I would have to pay $1,000 or roughly $1,000 for a bond that only gives me a 5% coupon, roughly, give or take. I'm not being precise with the math. I really just want to give you the gist of it. So I would pay $1,000 for something giving a 5% coupon now. This thing is giving me a 10% coupon, so it's clearly better. So now the price would go up. So now I would pay more than par. Or you would say that this bond is trading at a premium to par. Premium to par. So at least in the gut sense, when interest rates went up, people expect more from the bond. This bond isn't giving more, so the price will go down. Likewise, if interest rates go down, this bond is giving more than what people's expectations are, so people are willing to pay more for that bond. Now let's actually
Sorry,
do
my leg
the
is
actual,
itchy.
let's actually do the math to figure out the actual price that a rational person would be willing to pay for a bond given what happens to interest rates. And to do
Okay.
this, I'm going to do what's called a zero coupon bond. I'm going to show you a zero coupon bond. And actually the math is much simpler on this because you don't have to do it for all of the different coupons. You just have to look at the final payment. So a zero coupon bond is literally a bond that just agrees to pay the holder of the bond the face value. So let's say the face value, the par value is $1,000 2 years from today. 2 years from today. There's no coupon. So if I were to draw a payout diagram, it would just look like this. This is today, this is 1 year, this is 2 years. You
Uh-huh.
just get $1,000. Now let's say on day one, interest rates for a company like Company A, this is Company A's bonds. So this is starting off, so day one. Day one. Let's say people's expectations for this type of bond is they want 10% per year interest. So given that, how much would they be willing to pay for something that's going to pay them back $1,000 in 2 years? So the way to think
I'm
about
just
it is,
scratching my
let's
leg. I'll
P
turn
is,
off my
we'll do a
cam
little
for a
bit of math
sec.
now, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So let's say P is the price that someone is willing to pay for a bond. So whatever price that is, if you compound it by 10% for 2 years, so I do 1.10, that's 1 plus 10%. So after 1 year, if I compound it by 10%, it'll be P times this. And then after another year, I'll multiply it by 1.10 again. This essentially is how much I should get after 2 years if I'm getting 10% on my initial payment, or the initial amount that I'm paying for my bond. So this should be equal to the $1,000. So let me just be very clear here. P is what someone who expects 10% per year for this type of risk would be willing to pay for this bond. So when you compound their payment by 10% for 2 years, that should be equal to $1,000. So if you do the math here, you get P times 1.1 squared is equal to 1,000, or P is equal to 1,000 divided by 1.1 squared. Another way to think about it is the price that someone would be willing to pay if they expect a 10% return. It's the present value of $1,000 in 2 years discounted by 10%. This is 1.10 or 1 plus 10%. So what is this number right here? Let's get a calculator out. Let's get the calculator out. And so if we have 1,000 divided by 1.1 squared, that's equal to $826 and, well, I'll just round down, $826. So this is $826. So if you were to pay $826 today for this bond, and in 2 years that company would give you back $1,000, you will have essentially have gotten a 10% annual compounded interest rate on your money. Now,
Huh.
what happens if the interest rate goes up, let's say the very next day? And I'm not going to be very specific. I'm going to assume it's always 2 years out. You know, it's one day less, but that's not going to change the math dramatically. Let's say it's the very next second that interest rates were to go up. So let's say second one. So it doesn't affect our math in any dramatic way. So let's say interest rates go up. So now all of a sudden, so interest, people expect more. Interest goes up. The new expectation is to have a 15% return on a loan to a company like Company A. So now what's the price that we're willing to pay? We'll use the same formula. The price is going to be equal to $1,000 divided by, instead of discounting it by 10%, we're going to discount it by 15% over 2 years. So 1 plus 15%
I gotta be honest
over
with you guys,
2
this
years.
math is going like
Bring out the
way over my
calculator.
head right now.
Bring out the calculator. I think you have a sense. We have a larger number now in the denominator, so the price is going to go down. So let's actually calculate the math. $1,000 divided by 1.15 squared is equal to $756, give or take a little bit. So now the price has gone down. The price is now $756. This is how much someone's willing to pay in order for them to get a 15% return and get $1,000 2 years, or get $1,000 in 2 years, and essentially for it to be a 15% return. Now, just to finish up the argument, what happens if interest rates go down? So if, let's say, the expected interest rate on this type of risk goes down, and let's say it's now 5%. What is someone willing to pay for this zero coupon bond? Well, the price is, if you compound it 2 years by 1.05, that should be equal to 1,000, or the price is equal to 1,000 divided by 2 years of compounding at 5%. Get the calculator out again. We get $1,000 divided by 1.05 squared is equal to $907. So all of a sudden we're willing to pay, price is now $907. So you see mathematically, when interest rates went up, the price of the bond went from 826 to 756. The price went down. When interest rates went down, the price went up. And I think it makes sense. The more you expect, the higher return you expect, the less you're willing to pay for that bond. Anyway, hopefully you found that helpful.
That was a lot of math for me. Like um
Welcome back. Before we
so
proceed further and
so I think I understood like the gist of what he was saying, but it was a lot of math. Sorry guys, I'm just adjusting my camera. Was it froze on just a second ago? Yeah, it should be better. Why it looks kind of dark to me. That looks a lot better. I'm just gonna say that I understand the gist, but the math is, I'm really bad at math. I understand the gist, I think. Global currency. So I think the balances of a checkbook. Well, I read his other books. I read both Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I also read Cash Flow Quadrant from this guy. Oh, it's Jessica. Hey, what's up, Jess? Cash Flow Quadrant. Thanks for coming. So right now I'm looking into like the price of bonds and stuff. It's part of being financially literate. Why do I want to be financially literate? It's because it'll help me to achieve my financial freedom within the next few years, and that's like the reason why I'm learning about all this stuff. But how's your day, Jess? Thanks for coming. So I read these two books, so I'm okay. Basic percentage calculations. Money, money, money. What are you up to today, Jess? Calculating return on investment. I actually did that. Okay. I think we're okay for this. So this will be part of my investment portfolio. Commodities. Oh, actually, I should show Jess that. All right, Jess. So this is the book that I'm working on right now. So these are all of the so I've actually read all of these books here in this list. But right now I'm adding them to, oh my gosh, my camera's upside down. Jess, you turned my world upside down. What the heck? The heck was that? Okay. So I've read all of these books here, and right now basically what I'm doing is I made notes on each book. How is Rich Dad Poor Dad? I always hear about it. What is that document? Oh yeah, so Jess, if you actually you can see me editing it live if you want. What is that document? So if you go to Linktree, so that is LINK. Oh, it's that link that's above my webcam. linktr.ee/Ron Zeta. You'll see this link here. Free ebook How to Build Wealth. So basically just like, oh, you asked me on Instagram if I'm done with teaching. Not that it's not that I'm done with teaching, but I want like a life, I guess, apart from teaching. Like I'll always be trained as a teacher and I'll always enjoy doing it. And but it's not what I want actually for the long term. What I want for the long term is to actually wake up every day and basically do whatever I want. Like I don't have to worry about money. Like actually I don't care about having like a big house or like a car, like a really nice car, like a Ferrari. Like I don't care. Um or like Gucci purses and stuff. Like I don't really care. Like it doesn't matter to me. What I really actually care about is freedom. And so basically the reason why I'm studying money these days and I'm taking advantage of like how everything is with COVID and whatever, like I have a lot of time now to study money, and so I'm basically using a majority of my time studying money so that um I can be free in the future. Like I don't have to worry about it because I have enough passive income, I have enough investments, I have enough real estate. I make money from affiliate links and online stuff, and so basically I can just wake up and I can be like, well, like today I want to go hiking, or like today I want to go whitewater rafting, and like I don't need like like a big house or anything. Like I actually, what's cool, Jess? um oh, by the way, so this is the link. So when you click this link, it'll bring you to a Google Doc and you can see everything that I'm doing live. um yeah, yeah, so you'll be able to see like things changing. It's live. I hear you 100%. Thanks. Yes, I mean, um one of the things that, so since I'm learning about all of this stuff, like I basically just plan on teaching people about it. Like if they want what I want, they just want to be free, like they don't want to have to do a 9 to 5 for their whole life. Like if you're my friend, like I'll just teach you it. And I'll just be like, yo, you wanna do this with me? We could do it together. So all of the my links are here. How is Rich Dad Poor Dad? Yeah, it is a good book. It's pretty heavy in some places. I actually have lots of notes on it. I can show you my notes. Sorry, let me get my notes. Just give me a sec. They're hiding in my desktop. Yeah, I met someone in China and she travels a lot, which is what I want to do, but I also want to have a source of income. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Like, um, so most of the people that so also on my travels too, I also met like a bunch of people. I met this girl in Vancouver and she said she's been traveling for like 11 years. But the way that she's been doing it is that she's been on the road constantly, but she basically gets a job and she lives in the city where she's at. Like she'll be in Vancouver and she'll like live there for a couple months and she'll just work, and then she'll like move on, and she'll go to like Calgary and she'll work there for a few months and then she'll move on. That's not really what I want. What I want is like you you're making money with your investments or whatever, like you're making passive income, like you don't have to be in a place to make your money, you know. um okay, so how was Rich Dad check? I'm just pulling it up on my, I have two screens, so I'm just pulling it up. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, so here are my notes. So what I've been doing with each book that I've been reading, I've been taking screenshots of important parts of the book, and like this, like these are like the key points that I pull away from them, and these are also the points that I add to my own book, to the ebook that I showed you. Um, I think the most overwhelming part of this book is that you could tell that Robert Kiyosaki is so he's just so financially savvy, especially in real estate. And like he described a real estate deal that he made. It was like 3 pages long, or something like that, or more, like 3 to 5 pages long. It just like paragraph after paragraph detailed what he did in this real estate deal, and it was insane. Like he like purchased 100 acres of land or something, and then he talked about like amortization, and he talked about getting a loan from this place, and he talked about transferring a title here and doing this and that. And by the end of the transaction, like by the end of the 3 to 5 pages, he had land. I think he had like 70 acres of land or whatever it was, and then he also made a profit of like $16,000. And so it was crazy, like to see like uh the loopholes that he was able to use, and like different things with taxes. And basically he got the land that he wanted. I think he paid like next to nothing for it. Actually, I think he said he didn't pay anything for it by the end of the deal, and he also made a profit on the deal. So it's something that I'm going to be looking into. There's a lot of things that Robert Kiyosaki was talking about in terms of real estate that I don't quite understand yet. Yeah, just like this person I know, she's worked wherever she's been, but that passive income though, yeah. So, what I plan on doing is, yeah, so I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna spend all of my time learning about this stuff, and then I just show people how to do it, like in layman's terms, you know, like I think people don't have the time to read all of the books that you need to read to become financially free, but I still want to give it to them. Like I want to explain it like in layman's terms. Like, okay, like you want to do this real estate deal, you want to like have all this land and make a profit. Okay, here's what you got to do. Okay, go step 1, like file this paper. You need it. You need to do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, profit. Like like I'm giving that kind of advice after I learn it. Uh, educate yourself, financial vocabulary. Yeah, I wonder if I could show you this. Um, there are like some terms that he was using that are confusing. Maybe you can tell me like in the chat if you understand it. Oh yeah, so actually this is what I was just looking up. Like actually when you just arrived, like actually I have to look this up. Like what's short selling? What's call options? What are put options? What are straddles? I don't know what straddles are, and I don't know what short selling is. Person who understands these vaccines is able to make money when the market goes up as well, the market goes down. So I'm not sure if you saw like when I was researching call options and put options, Jess, but so basically, if I had to describe call options is like it's like a insurance policy. It's like so the video that I watched is like Jessica has a house for $500,000. Okay, and for me, like, I'm coming in as a buyer. I want to buy the house, but I'm not so sure yet if I want to buy it. So I'm just gonna give you 5 grand just as like a deposit, kind of. That's how I look at it. Like, um, I'm not sure if I want to buy it in the next 3 months, but I kind of want you to take it off the market and not sell it. But I just want to let you know that I'm interested. And so basically, if the price of the house for whatever reason goes up to like $600,000, I can say like, hey, like Jess, remember that like $5,000 I gave you as a deposit? That guaranteed that I could still buy the house for $500,000. So I know it's worth $600,000 right now, but I'm gonna cash in my deposit and I'm gonna give you the rest of the $500,000. Like that's a call option. It's kind of like a guarantee or like an insurance policy. And put options is the same. Basically, it's like it's kind of like the inverse of that. They're both like guarantees or insurance policies, in their own way. Actually, I should look up that. What's short selling and what are straddles? Short selling and straddles. I wonder if there's anything else I could share with you about Rich Dad Poor Dad. Foundations of the rich have a strong why. Incorporate. I don't know if you're still here, Jess, but last, I think 2 streams ago, I looked into incorporating, and basically every book I've read on money. Oh, you got it. Sweet. Okay, sweet. You understand. About 2 streams ago, I looked into incorporating, like making my own corporation. It's because basically every book that I've read on money so far is they eventually tell you to incorporate for tax purposes. So one of the biggest expenses that people pay is tax. Like they'll just straight up reach into your pocket and take out 30% of your income. Um, and but with so the normal personal tax rate is 30%. They'll just like straight up reach into your salary, take 30% of your salary. But for corporations, the normal tax rate is about 15%. So like that's like you like whatever, like let's say if the government took like $3,000 from you, if your tax rate is cut in half, that means like they leave 1,500 in your pocket. So rich people master taxes basically. Yeah. Okay, so you get me. And incorporating is part of that. The only thing with incorporating that I found from a couple streams ago is that you should be making, in order to take advantage of like the tax advantages, in order to take advantage of that, you should be making around like, my mentor said 40K, but I watched some videos and they said upwards of 60K. And so basically what you would do is all of your income would go into your corporation, and then you would pay yourself like kind of a salary from that corporation. So let's say you would pay yourself like 40K that from the money that is in your corporation, and the rest of the money that is in your corporation still, let's say you still have 20K in there, like you have 60K, you take 40K, you have 20 still in your corporation. The 20K that is still in your corporation gets taxed at a less rate, at a lower rate, at like 15%, as opposed to the 40K that you took out, which gets taxed at 30%. So there are like lots of things I have to learn with taxes. I don't know. Have you looked into this stuff before, Jess? Increase your assets before buying anything. Oh yes. One of the things that I also learned about Robert Kiyosaki is that he doesn't buy anything unless he increases his investments to the point where he's making enough money to pay for whatever he wants. So he'll invest more. Like if he wants a car, like a $60,000 car, he will keep investing until his investments give him $60,000 basically for the car, which is like a whole new way of looking at things. Because I think most people would just go into debt. Learn to be a leader, master your taxes, mentality. Pay yourself first, then pay your creditors. Rule of reciprocity. Oh, you know what else I've been finding? You're gonna see this in my book, but I've been finding that rich people tend to think alike. Like all the books that I've been reading, they're all from rich people. They're all like people who have a lot more money than me, and they tend to all think the same. Like they tend to be very self-confident. They tend to have high self-efficacy. They tend to think like, so self-efficacy meaning like they believe that they can solve problems. They don't believe like they're a victim. They believe that they're an agent that can like that they provide solutions, you know. And where people see like problems, they see opportunities for business. um so instead of seeing like a homeless problem, for example, they they would see like the opportunity to open a organization, like a charity. um like yeah, so actually let me show you that. Oh, you totally agree with what I'm saying. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm just out here learning, you know. They receive a different kind of education. They totally do. They definitely do. um they see the world a lot differently. Like in what happened to my overlay? Yeah, they do. There are like portions in Cash Flow Quadrant and Rich Dad Poor Dad where he's like, so he takes in the book, like he takes on these two kids, right? And he's like teaching them about money. And he's like, they're like watching a woman play frisbee. And you know, Robert Kiyosaki is like this mentor like in the book. So Robert Kiyosaki is the kid, and like his rich dad in the book is like his friend's dad, who's like super rich and businessman. The businessman and dad, the rich dad, he's like talking about this woman playing frisbee, and he's like, look at this woman. Like, do you think she probably goes to work every morning and is discontent? Like she's not satisfied with how much money she's making. She has a lot of money troubles. She has car payments and stuff. And so in order to solve it, she goes to work, and it's her money troubles are solved for a certain amount of time, but it slowly fades away. And she basically keeps doing this cycle till she dies. Like this is the mentor talking. And do you think that he was asking Robert when he was a young kid, he's like, do you think that if I paid her more money that it would solve her problems? And they were like, yeah, like I think it would. And Robert and like the mentor was like, no, it wouldn't, because what would end up happening for most people is they would find ways to fill in the extra money that they've now received. Like if they're making an extra I don't know, $10 an hour, they will find an expense to fill the raise that they got. And so what ends up happening is having more money is actually not the answer. It's not the solution. It's um, becoming better at managing money and understanding it. Um, but basically, like it wasn't like he wasn't making fun of her or anything. But he was like, a lot of people are stuck in this like mentality that having more money will solve their problems, but it actually won't. They'll have more money, but the same bad management habits, um, bad money management habits. And like there's lots of stuff you can find online about um, people who have won the lottery but have gone bankrupt within the next few years, like within maybe 1, 2, or 3 years. They lose all their money because they have a lot of money, but they have bad money management habits. So actually, the solution in that case that he was saying is financial literacy. So let me, if you're still here, let me show you like you can ask more questions about Rich Dad Poor Dad. I feel like I talked about it a lot, but if you want me to talk more about like what I have in these folders, it's like basically just screenshots of the book. If you want me to talk like more about any specific folder, you can let me know. Um, but I did with like we were talking about mentality and how rich people think, and I can show you that. Let me pull up my screen. And that's in the roadmap to wealth. So far the ebook that I've been writing, it's about 51 pages, but I actually think it'll be a lot. Like by the time I add in all the books, probably it'll be about 100 pages or something like that, maybe, or maybe more. But basically, this is everything I know about money so far. And I've been trying to organize things in a very sequential way. It's like, okay, once you invest in stocks, then you invest in bonds. And then once you invest in bonds, then you invest in commodities or something. Like I want it to be extremely like step by step, super step by step. But if we're talking about like oh yeah, oh I kind of wanted to show you this before the mentality part, but in the books that I've been reading, a lot of the rich people say, and actually I should add that too, like a lot of rich people tend to say that having more money is not the answer. Jim Carrey has famously said that I wish people could become like rich and famous and wealthy and achieve all of their goals so that they could realize that money is not the answer. Actually, that's on YouTube. Jim Carrey, money is not the answer.
I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going
really?
to find your sense of completion.
Can you link me that chart? I'd like to see that. Like if you can find it, I'd like to see it. I came across this chart that looked lower, middle, upper class, and how each viewed different things like finances, education, economy. I'd like to see it if you could find it. That sounds interesting.
I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion.
Said by Jim Carrey. Some say it's easy for Jim Carrey to say, he who already have so.
So the interesting thing that I've also found before the mentality part, which is step one, like MJ DeMarco is one of the authors from the Millionaire Fastlane. Yeah, it's super simple, but yeah. MJ DeMarco said that wealth is actually not measured in money. The way that he defines wealth is like his relationship with his family and friends and being healthy, like being healthy enough to enjoy money, but primarily like taking care of your body. And wealth is defined with how much freedom you have, like how much choice you have. Tony Robbins said that he defines wealth by the amount that you share with other people during your life and the amount that you give to other people. Like he says, like that makes you like he feels wealthier when he does those things, the more that he does those things. And Jim Carrey has famously said that money is not that he wishes people could achieve all of their financial goals and become wealthy to realize that money so that they could realize that money is not the answer, or more money is not the answer to happiness. Yeah, it's super simple, but yeah, if you can totally link me if you want. Okay, step one, mentality. Rich people tend to think alike. They tend to think that they are responsible for their own life, that so they don't put blame on others. If there's like negative things that are happening to them, it's usually something that they try to control the things that they can control. High self-esteem, high confidence, high self-efficacy. They try to take care of themselves by meditating, not smoking, not drinking, no drugs. They try to exercise if they, they try to exercise if possible. Some other things like they leverage other people's time with freelancers, or they hire people, they get managers. They understand that there's only 24 hours in a day and they can't learn every skill possible, so they hire out, which is actually what I plan to do. Like if I get bigger and bigger, like I plan on getting bigger and bigger, like for my YouTube channel, like I want to hire an editor. I know somebody who's like pretty famous, and she has like someone who goes through her emails and like kind of organizes it for her so she knows what to go through. So this is important. You leverage other people's time, and I've found this in many books. Like this idea. Uh, people who are rich tend to value their time a lot. Like it's the only resource that they'll never get back. So they try not to waste it. Actually, time is even more important than money in that way. Oh, you know what a lot of rich people tend to do? They tend to learn a lot. They spend a lot of time learning. I think Warren Buffett, I think he has gone on record for saying that like he'll read for like 8 hours a day every day or something. And MJ DeMarco, who's the author of the Millionaire Fastlane, he's just saying like he listens to audiobooks when he drives. He listens to audiobooks when he's exercising and like waiting, maybe in the waiting room for a doctor, in the bathroom, and when he's on a break as well. MJ DeMarco recommends. Oh, I should actually move this. Oh, so that's also the thing is that the formatting and stuff, like I need to fix it. Yeah, there's still lots of formatting to do, but that's okay. It's kind of part of the process. Driving, exercising, in the bathroom. You're on break. What was I working on before this? Oh yeah, I had to add some things to my definitions. I need to know what was that thing that he said in the book that I need to know. Short selling and strategies. What is short selling? What are straddles? I need to learn them. Do you have any other questions, Jess, if you're still here? You can totally ask me. We can talk. If you don't have any more questions, I think I'll just continue. Oh, you're good. Oh, you good, good. Good, good. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I really appreciate like anybody who stops by. What is short selling?
The Big Short is probably one of the most popular films on the topic of investing. It's a star-studded movie that follows the real story of three groups of people who short, or bet against, the housing market for billions of dollars, right before the 2008 real estate crisis. As you might expect, our heroes end up making quite a bit of money. But how exactly does a short work? Well, in the movie, the positions are taken through what are known as swaps, a derivative agreement that is taken with the banks. But for common investors, short positions typically involve individual stocks, making them easy enough to take. But be warned, shorting comes with a lot of risks. On top of charging you expenses you don't normally see with standard investing, shorting also offers a skewed payoff, where you face a limited upside and an uncapped downside, meaning you could lose an infinite amount of money.
What? How do you lose an infinite amount of money?
So before you decide to short something,
how's
let's
that
go
possible?
over the strategy and the risks involved on today's Plain Bagel.
Short selling.
Shorting, also known as short selling, is a trading strategy where an investor sells a security today and buys it back in the future hoping that the price of the security will go down. Known as short selling is a trading strategy where an investor sells a security today and buys it back in the future, hoping that the price of the security will go down. It's effectively the opposite approach to a traditional long position, where investors buy today and sell at some point in the future to cash in, hopefully after the price has gone up. It follows the same buy low, sell high mentality as long investing, but it just reverses the order of the motto. So investors sell high today and hope that the price will go down so they can buy low in the future. Now, shorting a stock is a bit more complicated than going long on a position. So let's go through a running example to explain how the strategy works and the risks it poses. Imagine you have two investors who decide to take opposite positions in Plain Bagel Co. The company's stock currently has a market price of $10. Investor A decides to buy 1,000 of these stocks, thereby investing $10,000, while investor B decides to short 1,000 stocks, thereby selling $10,000 worth of the investment. Now I know what you're thinking. How the hell do you sell a stock that you don't own? Well, oftentimes the process involves selling a borrowed security. For example, in a brokerage account, you can often sell a position by borrowing a stock from your broker and then shorting that way, leaving you with the proceeds from the sale. The money you make from the sale obviously doesn't really belong to you since you sold someone else's stock to get it, but eventually, when you buy the security back, known as covering your short, you'll be able to return the stock and keep whatever money is left over, which is how you profit from the trade. So going back to our example, if the stock price falls from $10 to $5, investor A will lose $5,000, while investor B will gain $5,000, since they'll be able to buy the stock back for a lower price and keep the remaining sales proceeds. On the other side of things, if the stock price increases from $10 to $15, investor A will be up $5,000, while investor B will be down $5,000. But this raises an interesting question. Up until this point, investor B hasn't actually contributed any of their own money. So how is he going to buy back the stock for more money than what's in the account? Well, this is where the concept of margins come into play.
Oh my gosh, this is so complicated.
An investor needs to post what's known as an initial margin.
Okay, geez, like I get it. I don't know what's wrong with my brain today, but like the financial terms that are being spit at me, like I kind of don't. I'm not really getting them. Like I kind of do, like I get the gist, but kind of going over my head. Maybe I need to get more rest. The other day I didn't sleep for 24 hours just because like I felt like I was working on stuff and just didn't happen. And so maybe it's affecting my brain. Do you feel the same way? Like I'm trying to learn about money, jeez, and just the terms that they're using are crazy. They're like, okay, so when you want a short-term when you want to short a security, it's the same thing as longing with stocks. You just got, and I'm like, what the heck is a security, bro? What's that? I don't know. And what's a swap? What the hell? Oh, Jess, I think like if you're just gonna hang out with me for a little bit, we could talk about two things if you want. So part of like my financial freedom is I tried taking an online course in negotiating. I didn't realize how much math was involved. What? What kind of math is involved in negotiating? We could talk about two things while you're here, because number one is like what I want to do when I achieve my financial freedom, which is go into van life, because I actually want to live van life like at least once. Like if you go on like Instagram and you search Divine on the Road. This girl, Cindy Bosch. Like this is what I want for my life. Eventually. Yeah, we need some of that action, dude. So I want to go into van life eventually. I had to take notes and Google what I was learning. But what kind of math is involved in negotiating? What the heck is that? To take notes. Dude, van life is like what I want to do when I achieve my financial freedom and I learn so much about money and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, this is the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go into van life. So that's the first thing I've told people I was ready to give a city life and live in a van. You did? No freaking way. I didn't know you were into van life. Have you looked into vans before? Because that's like part of my hobbies. We are one. Yeah. Well, like what I it's part of my hobbies to like look into RVs that I could live in or camper vans that I could live in, and like I found a really great one. Have you looked into camper vans before? The other option, if you don't want to talk about van life, but I think you do want to talk about van life, the other option is I could start adding in a new book into my, instead of doing all this research into financial literacy, which is honestly, it's a little bit boring, but it's necessary. I could start adding a new book into my ebook, which is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. But Bish, I can't drive. Oh, you can't? But that's so easy to solve though. Because you could just like sign up for your G1. It's probably online at this point. Like the G1. Like I took mine like 11 years ago. It's gotta be online or it's gotta be easy to take. And then you can go into your G, you'll have your license in like a year. You'll be totally fine. Um Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. It's actually surprising because like when we were talking about the way rich people think, the way that T. Harv Eker thinks as a best-selling author is he does a lot of affirmations, which I've never done before. Like he'll like straight up look into the mirror and he'll be like, "You are capable of making money. Uh, this year you're gonna make $100,000 in affiliate links," and like he'll just talk to himself like in his mirror. So that's two things we can talk about. We could talk. I really love this topic of van life. I spent a lot of time looking into camper vans, and or we could do Secrets of Millionaire Mind, whatever you want to do. Well, I can drive. I just need to do it. What does that mean? I can drive. I just need to do the license. Oh, I see. I see. Like you had a little parking lot action. I see. You've had like a little 3 a.m. driving with no one watching kind of action, I think. So since we're talking about van life, I think what I can do is I can show you like this is a girl I follow on Instagram. I think she's in the US. I think she lives with her two dogs in her van. Super sweet. Um so well so I've been looking into like lots of camper vans, okay? And I don't know what you think about it, but I really want a camper van with a pop top. If you ever seen a pop top looks like this. Camper. Yeah, we need that. I want this, dude. Like, so the pop top is important because there's actually an extra sleeping area up there. Yeah, I have my G2 twice and it expired because I wasn't serious about it. Oh crap. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you could do that. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You could totally, or you know what? I like if I achieve I plan on achieving what I want to achieve with money, but when I do, we could take a road trip. Me and you, we take a road trip. So the one that I'm looking into was this one, the Winnebago Solus. I have notes, okay? I have so many notes. I'll show you my Evernote. I've been looking into hella camper vans, okay? So this is the one that recently I'm really liking so far, but there's a contender, okay? Oh, maybe you could tell me, yeah, maybe you could tell me like your thoughts on it. So anyways, these are all the camper vans that I've been looking into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But recently, there's been a new contender, and that has been actually they Winnebago Revel, they just came out with the 2021 version, and they fixed a lot of these problems that it had. Freezing. They moved the components indoors so the components don't freeze anymore. And the AC, it could only used to be able to only run if you're connected to city electricity. And they fixed it so that AC is able to run off the lithium batteries. Okay, so we're good. Maybe you can run Yes. Okay. There's a new contender. It's called the Thor Travello. And the Thor, yeah, the Thor Travello. I met you twice. Okay, so okay, let me show you. Okay, this is one of the vans that I'm interested in. I'm interested in this one too, and also this one. But the Ravello is freaking sweet. Okay, sorry, the Revel, Winnebago Revel. Let me show you that one. I watched a review for it the other day. Winnebago Revel. I've watched it many times actually, but it's this one.
Hi, I'm Peter Holcomb. For the last 6 years, my family and I have been traveling full-time in various Winnebagos. The last year and a half, we've been in a Revel. We thought our Revel...
Okay, so the main thing with this, like we could watch a little bit of it, but the main thing with this camper van is that it has this bed that can move up and down. You could put like pretty much anything you want in the back seat. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay. Oh. Okay, check out this bed, yo. The bed is up here. What the heck? And then you have this entire space. Like if you want to bring like bikes or kayaks or something, some people want to bring a dirt bike or something. They could put it in the van. And actually that's something I really want because I don't want to have like, if I have a bike with me, I don't want to keep it on the outside personally. Like I know there's bike racks and roof racks. I don't, if you have like a dirt bike and it's expensive, I don't want to keep it on the roof, to be honest with you. But, you know, people do whatever they want. Yo, check out this bed, yo.
Gear. Some people are putting in little bench seats and doing all sorts of custom things. This is really exciting because
it runs on this track.
To make it whatever you want it
like
to be.
you press
So
a
now
button
the
and it
inverse
can
of
lower
this,
it.
you have all
Oh,
this space.
hey.
You can bring this bed back down all the way
yeah,
into its sleeping
it's legit.
position.
It's
and you have
super
a bed
legit.
that goes horizontally across the van, which is really great. Let's see, I'm just going to push the cushions in. This will sleep someone 6'4". And how it does that is the van isn't 6'4" wide, but you do have the bump outs, the
There's a
little
lot of
flares
space
on the side of the
so
Revel
much
van.
space.
And
This is
that's
actually
what gives you this.
This is
extra
a unique
sleeping
floor
space.
plan for
And
this
by being
Winnebago
able to
Revel.
sleep
Like other camper
horizontally in the
vans
van with two
don't
adults,
have
it
this
saves you
layout
a
and
lot
this
of
bed.
space moving
It's
forward in the
unique.
van to use that for other things. The water tank has been moved a lot of places though. Pedestal table.
That's like the
washboarded.
main selling point
can
of this van, and
down.
also it's 4x4.
Three is the bottom.
The one thing that I don't like about this
in the
van.
Revel van, and there's one last feature that literally.
Oh yeah,
blew
they
me
fixed
away.
the air conditioner, can run off the
What I mean
batteries
by
now.
that is
Hell yeah.
I am
That
in
means
the middle of nowhere,
so what people
Colorado.
normally do is they run
I'm in the
a
most
really
beautiful
loud
location.
generator.
I am
And I don't want to
totally
do that.
off the grid, probably 20 miles from the nearest power outlet. And it's summer, it's almost August here
basically
now,
you can run the
and it's
AC without
getting
starting
kind
your
of
car.
warm. So one of the things that really blew me away with this Revel is on a hot afternoon, I can do this all off my phone.
Yo, they didn't fix that last year.
That is the AC
You need-
running full, high, cool.
You
Kicking
need to
out
buy your
cool
own
air
generator
into
to
the
run your
cab,
own AC.
cooling
It
it
like
off
really
on a hot
sucked
day
in the
when I have to
2020
do some
version.
work, or maybe a Zoom meeting or whatever, and I need to be indoors and be comfortable. So the big kicker for this is I'm doing this all off of the batteries here. This is running off the lithium batteries, and I have cool air miles and miles from the nearest power outlet. So thank you guys for watching this video on the 2021 Winnebago Revel.
Yeah, you could tell me in chat if you've ever looked into this kind of stuff. This is like one of the things I do in my free time. Like I just like watch reviews of camper vans because I eventually want to do it. The other one that I was looking at is this Solus one. I really like this idea of a pop top because it's kind of like a guest bedroom, or it's like an option. There's a bed here, but there's also a bed in the pop top. And so if you're like, maybe you have like a lot of cargo one day, you could sleep in the pop top. Or if you don't have that much cargo, but you want to bring a guest, then like maybe like, you know, you could sleep down here, and then, you know, Jess, you got the pop top, you know, you could sleep in the pop top. Let me show you what that looks like. Winnebago Souls. Ooh, the Fit RV. I freaking love them. Which one? The Fit RV came out with a new review. It's this one. No, I haven't looked into it. That's okay. I can teach you. This is what I do when I'm not like reading.
And Stephanie.
And we are super excited to be part of the launch of Winnebago's new Solus 59PX.
So the 59PX is the same floor plan as the original Solus, only this one comes with extras.
Right, and a lot of those extras are in the chassis, and we'll get to that later. But the main thing there is it's got an extra 18 inches on the back of it.
Yes, and that's going to get you a gear garage.
And we are super excited about that because
it comes
it is
so most vans, the van will cut off where the bed is, but this van in this particular model, the Solus, it has an extra 2 feet at the end, and you could put bikes inside your van. So this like solves my problem of like I don't want to put, if you have an expensive bike, or a bike that you really like a mountain bike or something, I don't want to put it on the roof, and I don't want to attach it to the back. Like I want it in the van with me so that I can look after it. Like people are not tampering with my stuff. People are not stealing my stuff. So anyways.
Great place to store bikes.
And one of the other extras you're going to get on this one is a generator.
That's right, a 2,800 watt Cummins Onan gasoline generator.
But this is not an ordinary
so this one
generator.
has a generator for the AC,
so
you don't need to start your
Trust
car.
me, we're going to hit that later. You're also going to get an air
to run the
conditioner.
AC if you're like in the
Because
middle
you need
of
something
nowhere.
to do with that generator.
But the generator
And
is
that
so
has
loud,
been so handy
bro.
because we have been camping it up in this thing, and it's been hot.
Right. So we're going to give you kind of a regular review. We're going to do a little bit of our regular review shtick, but then you're going to see a little bit of us camping.
Yeah, some live action camping, and then some tour as well.
So you're going to see our stuff.
And our cat,
How
our
much is
adventure
this?
cat Mel.
Yeah, so I have all the prices here. The Revel, the one that I showed you, is 233 CAD. So this, yeah, it's a lot. But the Solus is 136K base. But the only thing is not 4x4, which kind of sucks. The Travello, it's about 130K as well. So the Winnebago Solus and this new one that I found yesterday is 130K, and a lot of the other ones, I don't really like this one. It's 101K, but man, I don't really like it that much in comparison to the other models. The other ones that I really like, they're like 200K. A lot of them. 273K, 273K, 247K. So by comparison, the Winnebago Solus is 136K and the Thor Travello is 130K. So it's a lot more doable, especially once you figure money out, you have your investments or whatever. It's a lot more doable. There is a guy that I follow on YouTube, and his name is Chrome, Van City Van Life. And he just bought a van for, yeah, it's a lot. Oh man, Van City Van Life. So he started his van life. He has a van, and he bought it 2 years ago, and he bought his van for $5,000. How to start van life in 1 day. Yeah, this one. 2 years ago.
What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how I built my van in just one morning.
Ow. So he bought this van for $5,000, and it's been 2 years. He's been upgrading it this whole time, and now his van is insane. It looks like this. Can I get a picture of it?
All right, well, today turned out to be something I did not
maybe
expect.
on his Instagram. So basically he started with like just the bare bones essentials. $5,000, just get the van, and then he put like his own mattress into it, and he like made like a wooden frame like with him and his friends. No, not Cruise the Bulldog. Instagram. His van is actually insane now. Yeah, it's that one. So he has since added there's like flooring in it. He's added his own ladder. He added his own it's like a roof storage. He's added his own awning, and he was saying like if ever this van breaks down, it was only $5,000. Oh, and also he souped up the wheels, so like they're huge like mountain wheels, so you can go off roading. And basically like this is good because he basically he added these things one by one over the course of 2 years, which mitigated the cost. So it wasn't like 200K up front. It wasn't like 130K up front. It was like over time. So he was saying like if this van ever breaks down on him, yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. What? If this van ever breaks down on him, then basically he'll all of this stuff, like he could just unbolt it and unscrew it. Like he'll unscrew the ladder, he'll unbolt this roof rack thing, he'll unbolt the awning and everything, and he'll buy another van for $5,000 or whatever, 5-6 grand, and he'll just put it on that van. So I mean, you could start van life for a lot cheaper if you want. It's I don't think it's the route that I'm going, but it's an option if you want to start like right now. Oh, here's the Solus, by the way.
Okay, let's get this party started here on the passenger side.
We've got the blinds in the window because it was really hot.
Like 100 plus, and there's a long running board on the passenger side. It covers the front and the slider door.
It's nice and wide, and it's got that pet loop right there. That's really handy.
Yeah, for
pet
attaching
owners.
a leash to. Right behind that are the propane.
This video review is really
bell,
long.
emergency
Typically, what I do is I watch them on 2 times
and right
speed.
behind that, you'll see we have exterior storage for
So,
the
but if I had to show you some points,
we'll need that tank, the gray tank.
look at this garage, dude.
Inside these doors.
All right, so we're here at the back of the Solus, and we're going to spend some extra time telling you about the gear garage.
This is
because
unique to this
is
model.
a
Like
super
other
cool
vans don't
feature
have
of this floor plan.
Yes, and you can see we've got 2 bikes
garage
in
like
here.
this.
That's right. We've got
They might
my
have a
bike and then
different
we've got
garage?
Steph's new bike, Flatty.
I'm having issues with the tires right
It's
now.
brand new.
Brand new, but anyway.
So no problem to get 2 bikes in it. The back of the Solus has L-Track, which you can buy all sorts of accessories. We were able to find 2 bike mounts and put them in just like you see there. They
Right.
don't come with, but there's plenty of stuff that you can get.
Yeah, and there's a lot you can do with the L-Tracks without having to buy anything. It comes with little rings, and you can see here we've attached our helmets to the rings. We've attached our running belts to them.
Backpacks.
Yep, and some hats. Carabiners come in handy to hook things on the L-Track. So we're having a lot of fun experimenting with all the things we can do
Right
with
now,
the
we
L-Tracks.
also had over there. It's deployed now, but we had a rug that was kind of lashed in,
Right.
and we've got, I don't know if you can see it behind the bikes. We've got a stand-up paddleboard, so we are loaded for all sorts of recreating.
So the bed is here, the bikes are here, and then the paddleboard is like underneath the bed.
And the
this
wheels.
trip.
The wheels fit back there too.
This is how the wheels go. We just have a wheel bag, and we just.
So I
stick 'em
love
like
this,
that,
man. You sleep
and
with
the
your
door's
bikes.
closed.
They're
This
so
does not
expensive.
impinge on any of the bikes.
Like
This
sleep
has
with your
been
equipment.
wonderful
Like don't
having
leave them
this
on the
gear
roof.
space. It's a
This
game
is
changer.
stupid.
It really is. It makes the van thing so much more doable because they're not really in the way. That's the advantage of it being back here.
Yeah.
Is I'm not tripping over them to get to the kitchen or anything like that. They're out of the way and they're with us and they're inside.
Yes, it's awesome.
All right, there's more.
Oh,
on
and
the
they're
back,
also
but we'll
not
take you
exposed
back
to the weather,
other
which is really
James and
important.
stuff for more on that.
Okay, there's more on the back here, but these are all things that you would find in the original Solus.
What else could I show you?
James is,
The main,
playing with
one of the
the
main selling
blackout
point. Oh, here's
shades
the
right now, the
generator,
window
bro.
coverings, and we really
It's
like
so
these.
loud.
really
You have to run the
I
generator to
enjoyed
run the
them.
AC.
There
Like
it is.
when your
This
car's
is
not
what you
turned
would
on.
use to attach to the exterior shower connection if you wanted to hose off outside.
Okay.
And finally, that's a siphon hose that does come with the Solus. And
Yeah,
so
here.
we're going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Okay, another thing and we don't usually spend a lot of time on generators in our reviews, right? But the Solus 59PX.
Yo, they said
comes
this
with a
generator is
generator.
quiet
But
compared to other
This is
generators.
not your father's generator
It's
or your
still
grandfather's
loud.
generator. It's a quiet generator. I mean, they've made some significant changes. It's a Cummins Onan, but it's a quiet generator.
And it is significant.
Yeah, in fact, it's so significant, we're actually going to turn it on for you right now. So
Oh, I'll go do that.
Yeah, turn it on. So the generator is mounted under here. The exhaust comes out the passenger side, and she'll have this turned on in just a second. And you can hear, because I've got a mic here. There you go. Once it's started up, that's it. It's running. Now, the noise Yes, you can hear it. It's louder than
yeah.
no generator at all. But the noise is really not bad.
Yeah, it's very different than a typical generator. In fact, I was at a grocery store recently.
It's still loud.
and James
It's
was
quiet,
in the
but
back
still
of the parking
loud.
lot with the generator running because it's really hot right now.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hear the generator until I was almost right up on him. And yeah, it was a parking lot, busy road there, but it was not objectionable at all. Nobody would have complained about that noise at all.
No, it's really significantly quiet. And so let me go, I'm going to walk around to the exhaust maybe. You keep talking. Look pretty.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to the exhaust.
The generator rocks.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I'm gonna go with him. Okay.
That was me sticking my lapel right up into the exhaust. So there you go. That's as loud as it gets. All right, back to other James and Steph for more of the review.
So yeah, no, like, so actually, I'm not sure if you've gone to some campgrounds, but some campgrounds, they're like, they put signs up and they say like, you know, this is a quiet campground, you know, no stereos, no music, like we should just chill. I don't want to be this guy, like running your generator in the middle of the day so that you can have AC, like without turning on your car. Like no way, like not at all. It's quiet for a generator, but still loud.
Dark. It'll kind of light your way. In front of that is a vent for the Truma Combi.
I would
That is
say
a
the
propane-powered
last
air
thing.
and water
Well,
heater.
there's a couple things.
On the slider door, we have a screen. This is kind of a similar screen material to
right.
what we had on the back, but this one has this cool
Yeah, right.
magnet flap opening,
Right?
so you can
Haha.
just kind of walk right through it.
Yeah, and we're very
So
familiar
this
with
screen
It's
door is
similar to what
actually
we have, and we
pretty
really like
unique to
that.
this
Right.
company.
And now it looks
Like
when you
this
get up here,
this
and
screen
it
door
snaps
is like
itself closed.
pretty
It's cool.
robust.
It looks pretty
it's
dark,
pretty
but
thick.
it's really not. So this is from inside looking out, and you can see it might look dark from the outside, but it's
Yeah,
really not
it's-
impinging your view any.
Absolutely.
All right, so now getting up into the bed, this is higher than a regular bed.
Yeah, we wanted you to see that.
So
It
the
is a
gear
little
goes
higher,
here,
but that's okay. It
and the
gives
bed's
you so
here.
much space underneath.
Right, and so there's the step. There's kind of a little step you can use, and then that is all the stuff we had underneath the bed.
Okay, so here we are in the bed area, and we have actually been traveling and leaving this bed down.
Yeah, and
the
that's
entire time.
actually, that's worked great for us. I've really enjoyed that because
Uh,
this area is
Normally, this bed will fold up into the wall here on the right. There's a couple different configurations, but like it's not the same as the last model that I showed you, the one that has the motor. It actually goes up and down. This bed will fold up into one of the walls. It's a Murphy bed.
Yeah.
So the way the bikes fit in here on the track, the handlebars kind of protrude over the bed a bit. And so putting the bed up and down would mean we had to take the bikes out each time in order to do that.
Yeah.
And now I was worried at first because I have to sleep over here on the servant's side of the bed where I have to climb over Her
That's
Majesty to
right.
get to the bathroom.
He's in the back.
So I was worried that that these
I love these
handlebars
guys.
hanging over the bed were going to be like a head bonker kind of a thing or a foot bonker, but it really hasn't been that big of a. This bed is well, it's not extremely wide, but it's plenty wide.
No, it's really wide for a camper van,
Well,
and
compared to
so,
what we're used to, it's considerably wider.
right, right. So that's been really great.
The mattress has been fine. It's a little firm. It's supported
The
on
last
slats
thing that
and
is
not the Furley springs. Actually,
well, one of the
in
things
our
that's
own
like
camper van,
characteristic
Lance,
of
I
this
just took
model
out
is like
the
yes,
Furley springs and
like
replaced it
all
with
the
slats.
storage.
That owner's using a top loading in the van.
And in spite of it being top loading, he had enough room underneath that bed to get in it. That's
There's
where he
lots
kept
of
it.
storage.
It
All
wasn't
this is
just
cabinets.
stored
This
there.
is
That's where it
cabinets.
lived.
There's two
So
cabinets
now,
here.
This is the large storage area under the bed. And it's really, I should have measured it, but I didn't. And there's even more storage under that, right? So here there's some doors and little latches to hold them. I just had some sort of automotive stuff. I think that's a jump starter kit and some pads for leveling the rig.
Okay. And the other side is pretty much the same
Yeah, it's
size.
just more storage. We've got some water hoses, bike pump, and a part of the ladder for getting up into the top, which we didn't use. We just jumped up there and jumped down, but Winnebago probably wouldn't approve of that, so you didn't hear that from us. So now moving along to this storage compartment here on the driver's side.
Yeah, this is a big wide one.
It's really big.
It's good for just kind of general supplies.
So we had a toolkit, some bike bags with our bike shoes, and pardon my shoes, but this is kind of the size of that cabinet, and we didn't have it like a third full.
Yeah.
Now, this is a drawer that may or may not have contained underpants, so
Not mine.
you will not be seeing inside that drawer. All right, now on the other side, we had our bin of cat things.
Yep, that goes with us in any van we're in.
And we had the video equipment that's actually used to shoot this review that you are watching.
Yeah, it was so nice that it had a place.
Yeah. Now down below that, we just used to store a bunch of water bottles and it looks like some club soda.
There was plenty of storage.
We did
in
not
this
use much
It was
of the
impressive.
storage.
Yeah, you'll see empty cabinets.
All right, so now here is a electrical center that has both 12-volt fuses and 120-volt circuit breakers.
Okay.
And now we're getting back up onto the bed. And there once again is our video bomber. And here we go.
Looking at the storage up top now. This was my side, so this is where I had my clothes and some of the kitchenware too. But you can see it's pretty spacious. This side is deeper than on the driver's side cabinet. So I got the deeper side, the bigger cabinet.
Yes,
for my
yes, you
stuff.
did. So that's
And it
Steph's
magnets
side.
up, as you saw.
All the cabinets here magnet up and they have slam latches. So
Here's the narrower side.
oh, you were very proud of your decor. Everyone
yes.
compliments Steph on the decor.
My bicycling print and pillows, so cute.
All right, so now this is the side that I had. It was quite a bit narrower than the other side, but still enough for me to get my clothes in. There are bars in the middle of some of the longer cabinets.
The last thing that I can show you
place. And now back here,
is this pop
that is the
top.
hole for the roof access port, which if you want to install an antenna or something on there, or just throw those anyway, Steph. Go ahead. That's fine. I do. And then to power
So like the main, this is
and
like
a
the extra
solar charge
sleeping area.
controller panel, but you don't actually have to do anything with that. It's informational only.
And that's the tank heater, which you only need for freezing temps. So leave
Lordy,
that one alone
we did
in the
not need
summer.
that. And then there's some more stuff here. We have another outlet for the exterior shower.
120-volt outlet there, and the Truma circle, so another Truma vent.
Another Truma vent, so heat up there. Now, there's some more storage up over the cab, and we put some bulky stuff here. So there's some blankets, and this is my laptop when I'm not using it.
We had a bunch of towels, a first aid kit. We had half the ladder.
The other
up
half of the
there.
ladder
We still
that-
had plenty of room left for other things.
The other half of the ladder that we didn't use. So here's Steph Whack-A-Mole.
But check out those views. That's
Yeah,
the main thing I wanna show with
views.
this clip, is it's just so pretty up
This
there.
would be the coolest fort ever
man.
if you were a kid.
Mhm.
So there's two of these
Sleep up
windows
there
are
under
mesh
the
and one of them
stars.
is like a plastic fabric. Now the bed up here is really long. No problem getting two full-size adults.
Yeah, and if you're taller, I would think maybe sleeping up top would be more appealing to you.
Yeah, now it is over the air conditioner, so it'll be a little warmer up there if you're running the air. But you can hang off the top of it, which is what I was just showing there.
Right.
Now, I think that's a little vent, that circle in the ceiling there, so you can get some ventilation up there if you don't have the windows open. And there's a light switch here, which
That's a funny angle.
is
of
not
view.
my best angle, is it?
No, it's not.
So here we have, if you have devices and you're sleeping up there, there's some USB outlets and 12-volt outlets, all
Okay.
good. Now here I am pulling the pop top down, but I'm doing this without opening any of the windows. So it's like compressing a giant bellows of air.
Oh,
You might want to do that, I guess, if you had, if it was raining outside and you needed to put the pop top down. But it's much easier to do when you have.
So the reason that's actually not supposed to be that hard, what he just did with the pop top. It's the only reason why it was that hard is because he didn't open any windows. When you pull the pop top down, the air has to escape out of somewhere, or else it will be very difficult. So you should open like the door or like the window or something.
That we showed
The
you at
person
very
I know who
beginning.
travels a lot lives in Las
Yep,
Vegas.
and
She
it's pretty
sees a lot of great
chassis,
views.
But we
Yeah,
like to
like
go for a drive. and let's
Arizona
talk
has
more about the
great
differences.
views.
Right, there are a number of differences between.
I think
this
that was
chassis
everything I
and the
wanted to
standard
show you
Solus
on this
chassis,
thing.
So let's
The
hit
only
road.
the main negative with this model is I don't like the generator. But yeah, dude, like van life, Sedona, Arizona, dude. That is the thing. Yeah. I want to find like a nice picture that represents what I want. Van life. Yeah, dude. We're about that. Yo, we're about that mattress on top of the van life, dude. We're about this life, bro. We're about this life. Look at this mountain right here, bro. We're about this, dude. Yes. I was thinking of driving across Canada, but homie needs a vehicle. Dude, I took the train across Canada. Do you want to buy a train ticket? You could take the Via Rail. That's what I did. I stopped in every city. Like I flew to Vancouver, and then I took the train all the way back to Toronto. I stopped in, Vancouver to Jasper, to Calgary, not Calgary. Anyways, whatever. And then Winnipeg. I stopped in a bunch of places. A vehicle and a license. You can take the Via Rail. Try the Via. Do you want to buy a car? I was thinking of driving across Canada, but who needs a vehicle? You could rent a car. Oh, you need a license first. Try the Via Rail. Ooh. Ooh. And then all we need is like a puppy. Yeah, we need to bring a dog. We need to bring a dog. Man, I can't wait, dude. So I turned 30 on July 25th. So I just turned 30. Like, I want to achieve financial independence by the time I'm like 35 at the latest. 35 at the latest. A car for a long-term stuff, but yes, I was thinking regular transit. You're so funny. A car for long-term stuff. What car were you thinking of getting, by the way? Like I also did a lot of research into cars as well. Like before I was planning van life, I was looking into cars. The car that I really wanted, it was a RAV4 2019. 2019 all-wheel drive. This car looks hella nice, bro. Ooh, it's just rugged. And you could get it in all-wheel drive. Ooh, it looks so sleek. I haven't thought that far ahead, just thought in my head. Yeah, I guess I got you. I like to play with like the ideas in my head, you know? Like I could be like, whoa, if I were financially stable, what van would I get if I had $200,000? Yeah, I like this car a lot. It's like super. They have the all-wheel drive. You could like take it up mountains and stuff. But it's nice. It's pretty rugged and Toyota's very reliable. So that was the Solus. Oh, you know, like, if you get a van and you have $200,000, you probably want this van, okay? They recently came out with like this luxury van, and it's in 4x4, and it's insane. It's a house on wheels, super compact. Oh, also the thing here is that you'll see in my notes, like this says gasoline. This is important because I did a Google search on it, as in like how many gas stations have diesel and gas, okay? If you have a vehicle, like a van, that is only diesel, only takes diesel, there's only 50% of gas stations have diesel. So for me, like it impacts my decision a lot because I want to stay away from diesel. Like I don't want to go to a gas station in the middle of nowhere and they say they don't have diesel. That sucks. What the hell are you going to do? So it's very important to me that whatever van I pick is a gas van. It takes gas. But like I don't know how much time you have, okay, Jess, but like my favorite van ever, like when I have money, like if I'm a millionaire, I'll buy this van, dude. Okay, look at this van. Look at this van, dude. This is like better than people's homes. Like this van. Look at this. Look at this one.
Hey, Dean from Leisure Travel Vans. Very exciting day.
It's Dean. He's my best friend. I see him every time I watch a review.
And we're very excited because we've got
Dean
a
from Leisure
brand
Travel
new
Vans, bro.
baby to the Leisure Travel Van family, the brand new Wonder RL, and I can't wait to show it to you.
It's better
If you're
than
looking for a
people's
small
house.
motorhome, this is the one. And what makes it even more special, brand new Ford Transit chassis, totally redesigned with a V6 EcoBoost gas engine, 24/9 long, 2 separate living areas, a beautiful hidden Murphy bed, split dry bathroom, big galley area, great exterior storage, and great interior storage. The Wonder RL. So let's talk about this brand new Ford Transit chassis. The
2
most
living
power
areas
I
in a
have
single
ever driven in
motorhome.
a small
Insane.
motorhome with a brand new 3.5 liter twin turbo.
Let me show you. Let me show the main
gas
selling
engine.
feature of this. The main selling feature is the lounge in the back with the Murphy bed combo. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this madness, dude.
Wonder RL rear lounge area. The beautiful solarium style windows on the patio side, cross ventilation.
Look at the
lots of
windows,
beautiful
bro.
LED
Those are
lights,
huge
and a
windows.
Big, beautiful bed in the back. You can see I got my reclining
These windows
chairs.
here.
Really cool little
Holy
both sides over
smokes.
here. You're gonna love this rear lounge area. Look at this beautiful TV, sound bar, little storage area underneath here. All of our connections. It's all inverted as well. We're about 7 feet 11 inches wide.
This is
under
the
10 feet
as
and
far as
exterior
RVs
height.
go. This is like the luxury
beautiful
RV.
RL. Look, you can see how beautiful. Look at that beautiful
200K.
campground area. This is an unbelievable use of space in a small motorhome. As you can see, we take our table from the front area. I can move it back here. Now I've got a second dining room table area, or there's a computer desk. You can see it'll expand out, use it as a work area. It's actually so smart, so unique, and you can see how much room we have in this back area. Cross ventilation, nighttime shades built right in. Awning style windows open. We also have our emergency escape window, inverted plug, USB plug over here. And of course over here we've got our multiplexing system. I can turn lights off and on. Look at that, just simply press the button. Turn all the lights off and on. I have a master switch. I can turn all the lights off in the
I watch these
motorhome.
reviews
See that?
so
Turn all the
often. I
lights
feel like I
on
could
in
probably
motorhome
give the
as well.
presentation.
So great use of space. Cushion area for 1, 2, 3 people for sure, perhaps 4. I can use this as a chaise lounge, which is really, really nice. I like that, just to kick back and relax. Once again, I can utilize the table. I can still watch TV, and I have the beautiful solarium style window. Hey, let's talk about some of the decor. We have the beautiful new cashmere, so you can have cashmere or natural rift. 3 different ultra leather colors. This is the mountain. We also have earth and fog. We have 2 glamour packages. You can do the Phoenix white or the gray, and you can just leave it natural now if you want to stay with the cashmere or the natural rift on the doors, so you don't have to do the glamour package if you don't want to. Lots of LED lights on this floor plan built into the ceiling. And plus, let's talk about the roof height. We are 6'5" interior height, which is kind of crazy because we're under 10 feet total exterior height with the air conditioner, and we have 6'5" interior height. Look at this. Great storage area. Look at that. Quick press of the button, off they go. Look at this
Insane.
LED rope lighting in the cabinets over on this side. Look at that, more storage area. More deep storage area back in here as well, storage. And our beautiful LED lights built into the roof line as well. We also have a fantastic fan. This has the optional rain sensors, which is great. So if it starts to rain, it will automatically close. Simple to turn on. Look at that. This is a great placement for the fantastic fan, as it will keep this area nice and cool at night. And if it does start to rain, the optional rain sensors will automatically close it. Little storage area over on this
Okay,
side.
blah blah blah.
Then
Show me the
our
bed.
fantastic
Show
window
me the
open,
bed, bro.
lower
We need
window
to
as
show
well
just
for
this
lots of
bed, yo.
privacy. So this is very cool. You could use this Murphy bed. So this is
Okay, check out
or
this
we can
Murphy
bring it
bed,
down
bro.
where you're going to go to bed. So this is very cool. You could use this as a day bed, or we can bring it down. And I want to show you how simple
Bam!
it
It's a
becomes.
leg.
Murphy bed.
You
So
didn't
this
think
is
it
our
was a
main
leg.
base.
It's a leg.
We hold this button down. There's a safety latch right here. So you want to release the latch. We hold the button all the way down.
Bam! It's a bed.
If you release
It's a
the
queen
button,
size
look, it
bed.
locks
What's
the bed
up?
in place. You want to bring the bed all the way down. Look at that. Locks in place. Bring our pillows down, and look at this. We have sleeping area for 2.
This is
As I mentioned, I'm
luxury
well
as
over
far
6'1", probably
bands go.
6'2". Look at this. Lots of room. Absolutely super comfortable. We have USB plug, here. We have a USB plug up there, inverted plug here, inverted plug there. LED lights for reading at night. Absolutely fantastic. What you're going to love about this bed,
dude.
look at this.
It's a
I can
queen,
slide the
bro.
bed. Somebody's sleeping
It's
here.
huge.
I'm not going to disturb
And
them
you
at
can
night.
walk
Look at this.
around it. You don't have to, like,
over,
in the other van we
and I
looked
can
at,
access
he had
the
to crawl
bathroom
over
as I'm
his
getting
partner.
older. I have
You
to go
can
to the
walk
bathroom
around
at
this
night. I
bed.
never thought I'd say those words. Very easy access. I can come back into the bedroom area, slide back without disturbing anybody, go back to bed. Nice comfortable bed, foam mattress, super comfortable, and absolutely very, very functional. So living area by day, bedroom at night. And you want to watch TV in bed? Why not? Look at that. Great angle for the TV. Lots of natural light, cross ventilation. I mean, what a perfect floor plan. Okay, we want to bring the bed back up. Pretty simple. Once again, we hold the button all the way up. Look at that. Make sure your sleeping partner is out of the bed. They'll be a little hostile if you leave them on the bed. Lock in there. We actually have a little travel lock that locks in place here. Locks the bed so that it won't come down at all. We have storage underneath the sofa area here. Look at this. So some great hidden storage underneath the sofa
I think
part.
the
Move
main,
the
some of the main
cushions
selling
back up
features of this van
this
is
side.
also the separate washroom. So most vans, camper vans that I'm looking into, they have these things called wet baths, which basically means the toilet is there, and then the shower is above the toilet, and also the sink is like relatively close to the toilet. So like that whole container, you'll get wet in it. Like if you take a shower, the whole thing will be wet, and when you try to use the toilet, the whole thing will be wet. The main thing here with this van is that it's a dry bath, so the shower is completely separate from where the toilet is. This is like huge.
So here's one and block features of the Wonder RL. This great door comes across and blocks off to create
So that's the shower
two
door.
separate
It
living
can
areas.
block.
Living area
It
in
can
the
like
back,
divide the van in half.
living area in the front. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. And we have a beautiful three-piece dry bathroom. It's a split bathroom. So over here, we have our stand-up shower. We've got a nice big stand-up shower.
Look at this
Once
shower,
again, I'm
bro.
For sure 6'2" with the shoes on. So
Dang,
I'm probably
dude.
6'3", 6'4"
This is
to the top.
goals.
Beautiful skylight. Look at those beautiful spruce trees. Fantastic. We have a built-in shower head. You have an on-off switch that kind of slows the water flow down if you want to do a quick shower and save some water. We have some accessory channels here where you can put your soaps and shampoos in. And of course, over here we have our LED light. And this is kind of cool. We went to a hanging towel bar, or you can put anything on here for drip and dry in the shower area. So very smart there. Love the LED light. Got a nice little handle here for getting
And I love this. I love the skylight in the
And
shower
of course,
too.
we have the
Like I mean,
shower
you're showering
door
in
that comes
there, and you
across.
just have
With this
views
door
of
closed,
nature
this
when you're
creates
showering.
one huge bathroom area. Now it's all one big bathroom area for changing your clothes, getting ready in the morning, and then of course over here,
like
look at this.
if you're just getting a
big,
regular
dry
camper van, they don't
bathroom.
have a
And we've got
skylight. Definitely no
macerator
skylight
toilet,
in
so
the
that will
shower.
grind up all of your solids and shoot them into your black tank, so it's going to get a little more usage out of your black tank. It's a porcelain toilet as well, which is very nice. Up here we have a very beautiful medicine cabinet, and over on this side we have a beautiful window for some natural light, but don't panic. Look at that, the mirror comes across. And look at this, we've got our Leisure Travel Van clothing on, so you can always go to our website, Leisure Travel Van, clothing and gear and stuff like that. I love how the mirror comes across, blocks off. I really love this. This is our brand new concrete Corian countertop, brand new for 2021. We got a stainless steel sink here, great for getting ready in the morning, shaving.
This stuff makes me
and
so
washing
happy.
your hands. New accessory channel bar here for putting in your toothbrush and your toothpaste. Towel bar holder area here for putting your knickknacks in. And
I wasn't sure if
over
you could
here
hear
we've
me.
got our multiplexing system, one of our secondary control panels for our lights, and you can also turn on the water pump here. So if you forgot to turn on the water pump at the main control panel, you can actually turn the water pump on right there. If you look up above here, we've got our optional rain sensor fan. That's a 12-inch fan. The standard fan is 6-inch in the bathroom area. So nice to have the optional rain sensor fan because you have more airflow outside of the bathroom. Plus, if it decides to rain, it will automatically close. And underneath the sink, we have a little more storage area. Very smart. So you're going to absolutely love this bathroom. Look how much room I have. This is a big private bathroom.
That's pretty huge as far as vans go.
15,000 BTU air conditioner with a heat pump. I love the position of the air conditioner because it's going to keep the bedroom area nice and cool at night on a super hot day. Also, as I mentioned earlier, it's got a heat pump, so it'll keep you nice and warm. If you're paying for your campground service, why would you turn on your propane? On a cooler day, you can turn on the heat pump. As we move forward, this is nice. Look at this. This is the brand new Dometic fridge. Look at this.
This fridge is great.
2 ways. So it's a 3-way fridge. It runs propane, it runs electric, and it runs 12 volt. And you can see I can access it from this side, or I can access it from this side.
It opens
How
on both
smart
sides,
is
bro.
6.7 cubic feet.
That's also
And I
unique to
love
this
the
model.
versatility of it.
This
is it
fridge
will
doesn't
open
exist in other models.
Either way. A standard microwave with a convection. For 2021 wonders, we have a 2,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. This is inverted off of the battery, so you don't need to start your generator if you want to warm something up inside the microwave or in the convection part of the microwave as well. Great little area here, convection microwave, and beautiful 3-way, 2-door, 2-swing fridge.
Insane.
As we move forward, look at this in the galley area. Big pull-out pantry. You'd be proud of this. This is my new diet. I'm going no food diet. Look at this, nice big door over on this side. Garbage cans built into the door. I love that. Easy access to the water pump as well. As we're now in the galley area, look at this beautiful countertops, Corian, solid surface Corian countertops. The new concrete color. You can also get Antarctica white. Absolutely nice, beautiful galley area. Look at this, deep stainless steel sink, chrome faucet. Our new accessory channel right here, paper towel holder, places here for your spices and things like that. Absolutely great. 2-burner propane cooktop, spark ignition, built-in splash guard, very smart. Love the beautiful awning style window. Once again, we have our nightshade built right into it. Inverted plug off the new 2,000 watt inverter, pure sine wave, and look at this beautiful storage area up top. Over on this side, look at this. Nice.
By the way,
place for your
Jess, what are you doing
glasses,
today? What's up?
bowls,
Like, what are you going to be up to later
some
today?
water. I'm going to have that in a second. Everything is right here. Over here, we've got nice pot and pan drawer. Another drawer here. Nice place here for your utensils. And once again, soft close. That is absolutely great. And over here, I like this. You can put your sink cover, put it in there, and you have full access to your sink. So nice big galley area, and if that's not good enough, we have a beautiful counter extension right here. Look at this. Counter extension comes down, once again, done in Corian. Look at that. Now, a huge countertop.
That's
and up
a
over here, we
kitchen,
have our
bro.
digital TV antenna. You can turn that on, and we also have our standard WineGuard 2.0 Wi-Fi booster on the roof. So any free Wi-Fi signal that might be at a campground, or if you're at a McDonald's, you can grab that free Wi-Fi signal and boost it. You can also get a 4G service where you can buy that data from WineGuard, or you can get a second SIM card from your mobile phone supplier and put that into the component up on the roof, and then you would be a walking hotspot. Fully insulated 2-pound density polystyrene fiberglass flex roof up on the roof. Love this. This is my skylight. Look at this. Beautiful
Skylight,
opens
bro.
up, lots of fresh air. Look at those beautiful
Doing
spruce
nada.
trees. Prevents the old bugs from coming in, and on a
That's
really
cool.
hot sunny day, if you wanted to have your skylight open, block off the sun, you can still
Sometimes
get some
it really
fresh air in
do
the
be like
motorhome.
that.
So,
There's some days where I
beautiful
just,
built-in skylight on
when I'm
all
not
the Wonder
doing
motorhomes.
this,
We've got
like
our
streaming,
battery disconnect switch for our 12 volt
sometimes
power,
I just wanna do
fire
nothing.
extinguisher. Here's our
Continue
control,
to
one of our
job hunt.
multiplexing
Oh, are you looking for
controls.
jobs?
If you want to
What
dim your
jobs
lights,
are you
you just
looking
hold
for?
the light and it dims it. You can turn on your step off and on, and then of course your master switch for all your lights, or you can turn them all on right there. So nice little place here to hang your jackets. We have, which is absolutely fantastic, and you can just lock this in place, and we can tie this together here like that. It's also, you can expand it out. You know, it really becomes a work area. You can use it for computer. And the other great thing is, I mean, dinner for 4. Look at this. I mean, I can sit over here. The driver and passenger new handles have a brand new key that locks the comes on out. So you have a beautiful
look at this
awning area. You can see
bro.
we have our optional table as well over there. So this is a beautiful little camp area. Always make sure you have your door closed. Yeah, now that's one nice big awning. Plus, you're gonna like this feature, built-in legs. I really like this. We have a great little camp area here. So I can bring the legs down, and I have a couple options here. I can tent peg the legs down here, both sides here, as you can see. Very simple to do. Doesn't take long to put your awning out. Now we're having an absolutely beautiful day, but we're getting a little bit of wind gusts. You'll probably hear that on the mic a little bit. So a nice little feature to have here is I can actually lock the legs into the motorhome here. Look at that. See that? Locks in place. Now if we get a little bit of a breeze, I don't have to worry about my awning blowing away. Now if it's a super windy day, you don't want to put your awning out because you never want to damage your motorhome. There we go. We got the struts built into the legs locked into the motorhome. And look at this beautiful big camping area. You're gonna absolutely love this little optional outside picnic table. Look at this, just locks into the anchors. And there we go, nice beautiful picnic table. So this is a great example of dry camping. I have my own table, I have my own awning, and look at this, we are dry camping. Nice little option. We have the keyless lock system. So you can lock the motorhome, lock the chassis. We also have anti-theft on the Ford chassis with engine immobilizer. That's a new safety feature they put on their chassis. And I love the new screen door. Look at this, locks in place. Very nice. You can see the
hey Jess, I'm just gonna leave the video
supports.
running. I'm
That
just
way,
gonna
if
grab
you
a
have
snack
pets, they're not
and
gonna
some
go through
water.
the screen
I'll be
door.
right back.
Gives the screen door some extra strength. And I really like this. You no longer have to open this up to open the screen door. It's got a handle on both sides for locking. You're also gonna like, we have a power step, automatically comes out. You can put it on camping mode. You can lock the step in place. So when I'm dry camping like I am now, or any type of camping, the step stays down all the time. That way I don't wear out the motor. We have a nice little handle here with an LED light here, LED lights in the awning, so lots of light at night as well. And we always talk about storage being important. Look at this, more storage here. And you're absolutely gonna love this new standard for 2021 model year. We've got a 2,000 watt pure sine wave inverter standard and 2 deep cycle AGM batteries standard on the Wonders. Got our refrigerator vents, intake, exhaust. You never want to block the intake. Also, let's talk about this beautiful wall material. This is a vacuum bonded wall, roof, and floor. Aluminum studs throughout, vacuum pressed between 7 and 21 pounds. That's how we create the beautiful curve, Vetrolite exterior finish. And let's talk about this exterior finish. Full body paint, 3 coats of color, 2 coats of clear. And we have 7 different exterior colors. Added the glacier exterior color. We have white suede, silver, graphite, denim, champagne, and of course, everybody's favorite, Eurosport. 110 electrical outlet plug right there. Work our way down, we have our anchors for our optional table. Here's the beautiful 16-inch Ford aluminum rims. Those are dualies on the back, right? So 2 tires on this side, 2 tires on the other side. That's something you want to be looking for when you're looking at an RV because the dualies on the back give you more stability. The Ford Transit chassis that we order on the Wonder, 178-inch wheelbase, very important. So really nice handling motorhome, nice ride when going down the highway. This is actually a cool little feature that we do on all of our leisure travel vans. You're gonna see we spray foam underneath the wheel wells. That way rocks and debris when you're going down the road don't make a lot of noise inside the motorhome. It also protects all the wheel wells from the inside and the outside. We also spray foam all of our undermount tanks as well, which gives you a little bit of insulational value, but mostly protects the tanks from damage. So it's all the little things that we do at Leisure Travel Vans that makes a leisure travel van. We've got our beautiful solarium style glass on the RL, top and bottom. All frameless glass, sexy frameless glass. I mean, that's spectacular. Awning style windows, what that means is I can bring this window and I can open it this way, have cross ventilation. It can be pouring rain outside. I never have to worry about water getting inside the motorhomes. And let's have a look at this. This is a new option for 2021 on the Wonders. So we're gone from 3.6 propane generator to a 4 kilowatt gas generator, which allows the fuel supply to come out of your fuel tank on the Ford chassis. So one of the great advantages, you're gonna have more running time off of your fuel tank on the Onan generator. Plus you're gonna have more running time of all of your propane appliances, the refrigerator, the stove, the furnace, Truma AquaGo Comfort Plus hot water heater off of your 13-gallon propane tank. So great new option, Onan 4 kilowatt gas generator. And our beautiful propane quick connect, so you can have a little portable barbecue, plug it in there, run it off your 13-gallon propane tank. You don't have to carry an extra propane tank. Look at this beautiful molded fiberglass rear mast, molded fiberglass front mast, which we'll see in a second. You can see how beautifully the contour is, the design. This is all gel coat, once again, full body paint. Built-in backup camera. Beautiful, works off of the new 8-inch monitor. And Ford has increased the GCWR to 15,000 pounds on the Ford Transit chassis, so you can tow up to 4,000 pounds on the RL model. Also, if you are going to tow something, right here we've got our 7-pin connector that you can plug right into. So you want to tow a small little fishing boat or a small vehicle. Beautiful LED lights, look absolutely spectacular, and I love the molded fiberglass feel. You can see the design on it, looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, as we work our way down the driver's side, here's a nice beautiful storage area above the floor, all carpeted in line, looks absolutely beautiful. There's a built-in LED light in here as well, so at nighttime you can get your stuff out of this compartment. And the optional table just slides right in here, very nice, and you can see that it just straps in place so it doesn't bounce around, make a bunch of noise when you're driving. Underneath our storage area, we have our beautiful service center, or outside service center. I love this little service center because everything is right here. It's not randomly all over the place. So here's our 3-inch dump connection here. We have our black pull here and our gray valve pull here. Always pull your black water tank valve first and then the gray that washes the line out. We also have an optional macerator pump. It's already connected. You can actually pump uphill if you want, and if you don't want to hook up the blue hose every time, it's already hooked up. Nice little option to have. I also like this little feature with their built-in sewer compartment hose. So if I don't order the macerator pump, or if I do order the optional macerator pump, you still always get the 3-inch hose for dumping in case there was ever a problem with the macerator, or if you didn't have the macerator, plug that in. That's how you dump your tanks. We've got our cable connection. We have our cable TV connection here and our satellite connection. So kind of interesting, we have a pre-wire for a satellite dish on the outside if you carry a portable dish, or we have an optional T4 wine guard that does dish, direct, and bell systems on the roof. It's a great little option to have if you like to watch TV. On this side here, we've got our water pump on and off here. This is kind of a nice little feature to have. We're dry camping right now. If I wanted to use my exterior shower, I could just turn on the water pump right here. Black water flush, as we work our way down, our freshwater fill comes up through here. This is a nice little feature to have. That way I can actually run my garden hose or my freshwater drinking hose through there. Keep this closed. We have a nice brand new outside shower. It just clips into here. Got a quick connect there, and then I have hot and cold running water. This is a nice little feature to have. We have our RV antifreeze pickup and our freshwater pickup. So if you're doing some dry camping and you ran out of water and you had a jug of water, I can actually put this hose in the water, turn on my water pump, and suck that water into my freshwater tank. So nice little feature to have there. And for some of our campers that are in the northern areas and they need a winterizer unit, this would suck up the RV antifreeze. So nice and simple to do if you want to do your own winterizing of your motorhome. And you can see, speaking of winterizing, here's our valve right here for our winterizing valve. You can see our emergency exit window, awning style window here, emergency exit window. Over here we have our shore power connection right here, 30 amp service. We also have standard on the 2021 Wonders is a surge protector, which is standard on all the Wonder motorhomes. It'll prevent any bad power from going into the motorhome. Underneath here we've got our propane fill, so 13.2 gallon propane tank. This is where it gets filled up. It's always done by a professional propane filling company that will fill that up for you. Always make sure the propane is off when you're filling the propane, or if you're going on ferries or underneath certain bridges, you want to make sure your propane
My sister
is
came
off
to our
as
house.
well. We have our
Our house in
16,000
Markham
BTU furnace,
just like
and
maybe
of
an
course
hour
we
ago,
have
and she
standard,
dropped off
the
like a bunch
Truma
of bread. I think it's from St.
AquaGo
Lawrence
Comfort
Market.
Plus hot water heater. This is one great hot water heater, runs on propane. It has a little reserve tank here of 1 liter that keeps that water nice and warm. So when you turn on one of your valves in the kitchen or the bathroom or the shower head, you have instant hot water. As it is using that 1
It's really
liter
sweet.
of hot water, the heat exchangers are getting hot to give you continuous,
That's really good.
unlimited hot water. Truma AquaGo Comfort Plus hot water heater, standard on all Wonder motorhomes. And this is nice. Look at the size of this compartment. Nice, big, beautiful compartment. Once again, galvanized sheet metal, super strong, won't rust, gonna last forever, got lots of strength. It's all lined. Absolutely beautiful built-in strut, 2 struts, right? Not gonna fall and hit me in the back of the head, nothing worse than that. And this is an EPDM rubber hinge seal. This is how we move the doors up and down. It's not gonna rust and then have rust lines of coming down after it rains.
Thumbs
Who
up.
wants that? Look at that EPDM rubber hinge seal.
I'm just
That
gonna
is a
finish drinking
storage
water and then
See, this is kind
I'll
of
get
nice. You can
into
see our
Secrets of the Millionaire
courtesy
Mind
light
by
for
T.
getting
Harv
in
Eker.
and out of the motorhome. And I like this little feature for your fill. Once again, we've gone to a gas engine. When you want to fill it, you don't have to worry about any fumes going to the motorhome. When you close it and lock it, nobody can tamper with your gasoline. We have our beautiful step for getting in and out of the motorhome. Once again, we talked about how the mirrors slide in.
Okay. That video is pretty much done. There's only 39 minutes. So there's like a minute and a half left. I'm gonna go into the meat of what I was doing today, which is adding Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker to the ebook. And then so I'll probably be live for maybe like an hour more. Something like that. And then we'll call it a day. We'll go take a nap. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's open the folder. So, if you can see this, like these are all the books that I've read so far this year, but anyways, I need to read a lot more books in order to achieve my financial freedom. Okay. Okay, so Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, this guy. A lot of this book is based, it's actually not really strategies of what to do to be rich. It's like he shares the way that he thinks, basically. So one of the things it's like a lot of his mentality. So like these are things that he says to himself. My inner world creates my outer world. So I have a thing here on affirmations, I believe. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right now. It's not the most important thing, but I'll just add it here at the bottom. My inner world creates my outer world. What I heard about money isn't necessarily true. I choose to adopt new ways of thinking that support my happiness and success. What I modeled around money was their way. I choose my way. I release my non-supportive money experiences from the past and create a new and rich future. By the way, this infographic that's here on the right, it's available publicly if you go on his website. I observe my thoughts and entertain only those that empower me. I create the exact amount of money. I create the exact amount of my financial success. My goal is to become a millionaire and more. I commit to being rich. I think big. I choose to help thousands and thousands of people. So he's like saying this in the mirror. I promote my value to others with passion and enthusiasm. I am an excellent receiver. I am open and willing to receive massive amounts of money into my life. I choose to get paid based on my results. I always think bold. I focus on building my network. I am an excellent money manager. My money works hard for me and makes me more and more money. I am committed to constantly learning and growing. I have a millionaire mind. I try to say affirmations. I'm good for 2 days, then I forget. Yeah, I think that's probably that's probably pretty common. I think for a lot of people, but the people who have money, this is one of their strategies. I'm learning about their psychology. So then here I would yeah, actually, to be honest with you, before I read this book, I never did affirmations ever. Like, not actively. Like, I don't go into the bathroom like when I wake up and just start speaking to myself. But when you start studying this, you realize that millionaires, they just think differently, and you have to adopt the way that they think, you know? Oh my gosh, my camera keeps freezing. What is up with this app? I need to get myself a real webcam, bro. Because this is not working out. So we're gonna add. So Jess, I'm not sure if talked about it, but I wanted to get a real webcam. So I wanted to get a webcam, but when COVID happened, all webcams went up by 3 times the price. So I was looking at a webcam that was $100, and now it's $300 something. So I didn't end up getting it. What I ended up doing is I hacked a really old cell phone that I had. I kind of just like downloaded an app and I kind of hacked things a little bit. I downloaded some drivers for my computer and I hacked my cell phone into being a webcam. And I've never had problems with it, but today I'm having problems with it, unfortunately. I'm so sorry that you're here to see it. Seems to be freezing a lot today. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and add 3 times the price with, wait, what? Okay. Like, for example, one of the most popular webcams is this one. Amazon.ca. It's the Logitech webcam. Oh yeah, the C922S. C920S is one of them. Okay, see this webcam, it usually goes for like $115. but it is insane. Like look at this. Look at the markup. This is another it's another model of the same one. It just has a cover. It's $300. Like what the heck? It used to be like I think like 115 or something. And this is like a famous webcam that streamers use, and people like they're on, they're playing video games on live and whatever. They use this webcam. It went up 3 times the price. So I didn't end up getting one. Like I could get like one of these off-brand ones, but I kind of don't want to. I don't really want to. Like I just want to use the one that people are using. Look at this one. 218? Are you insane? For a webcam? Like you might as well, like you might want to look into getting like a DSLR or like like one of those like a dedicated video camera as opposed to a webcam for $200. Like I might just get a real cam. Yeah, exactly. I understand that's just a lot, man. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So anyways, I'm gonna add a footnote to this thing. I forgot what the shortcut is. Control Alt F. Control Alt F. This is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. The whole book is basically about this. Okay, what else do we have over here? Asset allocation. Oh, okay. So, T. Harv Eker recommends a certain asset allocation for your investments. Like he recommends a certain amount of stocks and a certain amount of bonds and a certain amount of this and commodities and blah blah. Which, let's see. Oh, he's saying like open a separate bank account and then put 10% of anything that you receive after taxes. Put it in the freedom account, and over time. The thing is, I already have an asset allocation from a different book, actually from several different books. But I can add this. I can add it. I can put that in the budgeting section. Oh, this is from I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. This is like his asset allocation. Like he puts 5 to 10% in savings. 50 to 60% of his money goes into fixed costs, so like his rent and his debt and blah blah blah. Oh, sorry, that's his expenses. But there are a couple of different asset allocations that I've seen before. I think what I can do is maybe put this like list your income sources and amounts. Sort. Automatically budget your income into the following asset allocations. So I think it's like 10% freedom fund. This money only to be used for investments and buying or creating passive income. And then we'll put a footnote as well. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. That is in chapter... Oh, that's Wealth File 14. Wealth File 14. What else does he say? In addition to opening a financial freedom fund, deposit money into like a jar. Oh, I have that jar. Should I show you the jar? I guess I should, whatever. This is my jar of money I have. I'm not gonna tell you how much is in it, but it has like coins and bills and stuff. So he recommends that you put any loose change that you have that you can find in your jackets and your couch and whatever. and your bags and stuff. Put it all in a jar, and then you can like maybe use that money to invest or something. So I've already done that. I advise that you create more accounts. The other accounts are 10% long-term savings. I have a jar. You don't have to tell me how much is in it. Did you already? Did you go through like all your jackets and your couches and whatever and your car? Like not the car. Sorry. Did you go through like all my jar is balling? Yo. 10% long-term savings, 10% education, 50% necessities, and 10% give. Yo, how long you been keeping this jar? You gotta tell me about it. 10% freedom fund. So this is his asset allocation. My jar is balling. You're so funny. Necessities. So this is like, yeah, this is your expenses. Yeah, it's like rent, utilities, debt. So that was like, so having a jar is like one of the steps to financial freedom, because whenever I got change, I would keep the bills and put coins in it, but I haven't put anything in there since I left for China. Yo, what ended up happening to your stuff in China? Did you end up getting it all back? Like, I guess like all your stuff is still in your apartment, right? On the other side, you need to pay 10% to a play account. Why? Because we are holistic in nature. Okay, 10% play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, that's what's missing. It's still in China? Holy. Oh yeah, I remember, I think I saw like a post from you. And then you said that what happened to your apartment? I guess you sold it or something, or not sold it, but you gave it up. Like I guess the owner has it now. And then all your stuff is at your friend's place? Dang, when are you gonna see that stuff again? List your expenses. Harv Eker recommends the following monthly budget. Ramit Sethi recommends the following monthly budget. I didn't resign the contract. In China, we pay for 3 months at a time, so I didn't want to do that. Oh, I didn't resign, not resign. I didn't resign the contract. In China, we pay for 3 months at a time, so I didn't want to do that. So my friend packed everything up early June and has it at her place. Yo, your friend's a freaking superhero. Who the hell is that friend? And why are they so nice to you? I'm just joking. Maybe they want something from your money jar. I'm just joking. Resign. I see. Yeah, okay, got it. Who's this friend? Maybe we should meet them. They're so nice to pack up your stuff for you while you're not in the country. That's a true friend, man. I'm kind of wondering about them. Okay, that's it for this advice. calculate your net worth. But I already... Then create a simple chart that begins with 0 and ends with whatever your net worth objective is. Know your current net worth as it is today. Then every 90 days, enter your new net worth. That's it. If you do this, you will find yourself getting richer and richer. Why? Because you'll be tracking your net worth. Remember, what you focus on expands. As I often say in our training, yo, Jess, can you send me a picture of your super cool friend who like packs stuff for you when you're not in the country? Because that is legit. Wealth file 13. I want to see what this person looks like. Create a simple chart. I wonder where I should put that. Calculate the cost of your net worth. Do people... A lot of people ended up doing that, getting someone in the country to pack their stuff. Oh, really? Oh, okay, so you're not the... So I guess they just got like their friends to do it. Yeah, I would do that for people if they couldn't get back in. Calculate the cost of each of your hours. I wonder if calculating your net worth is like absolutely necessary. You know what? I'll think about it after. Calculate your net worth. So did it take a lot of time? So they were just like the only person in your place? What is this? Heading 2? T. Harv Eker recommends you calculate your net worth because whatever you track expands. He wants you to know where you stand financially. So you can grow from there. Follow, track your net worth every 90 days. This is in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This is in Wealth File 13. Follow his net worth tracking sheet here. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload his tracking sheet. A lot of people ended up doing that. Yeah, friends or a moving company over 2 days. Holy. Moving company too, eh? Resources. Gonna upload. So I have this like net worth tracking sheet. This is from the book. Again, this is all for free. So I'm not like making money off of someone else's material. I'm gonna upload. So this is like the sheet from the book. I'm gonna add it to my resources section. Calculate your net worth by T. Harv Eker. Okay, it's uploaded, and then I'm gonna link it. Share. And then we're going to, anyone with a link can view it and copy it. Anyone with a link, okay? And we're just gonna quickly check that in incognito mode to make sure it works. Totally works, okay? And then we're gonna link it in my book. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, nice. So now when you click the link, you'll be brought to the sheet. Calculate your net worth. Pretty cool. Friends are a moving company. Your friend has a good heart though. So, like what kind of contact do you have with your school these days? Do you talk to a lot of the people there or like the admin staff? Commit to your success. Finally, I said, enough yakking about it. Let's put it to the test. I decided to attempt yet another business. Huh. I wonder if I should put that in the mentality section. Commit to your success. Man, don't even talk to me about the admin. Oh gosh. When you say that, I actually want to know more. They're straight up ignoring those who are abroad. What the? Why would they do that? Dang, I feel like this requires like an in-person conversation. But I would love to hear, like, when you say, like, don't even talk to me about the admin. I'm like, really? Like, what's the admin doing? Commit to your success. Start something and finish it. Work to... If you start something, finish it. Work to be the best. This is from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Harv Eker. That one is in wealth. Oh, I didn't write the freaking wealth file. Damn it. Oh, it's probably in the introduction. Dang. Okay, I'll highlight this for later. So for every reference that I put, I've been writing which chapter I got it from. I didn't write the chapter for this one, but I do have the page number 13. So I'll just check it later, like when we're off stream. Where's the color, buddy? Okay. Dang. Find the wealth file. Page 13. It's probably to the introduction. I've been asking for my pay stub for at least a month. Other people have been trying to contact them, but no response. What a freaking disaster. I get it. They're scrambling around because more than half of their foreign staff is abroad, but they can't leave us in the dark. Holy dude. That's a disaster. What the heck? Half. I wonder how many people that is. Foreign staff, like half. Like how much is half? Is that like 50 people or something? But they can't leave us in the dark. They definitely can't leave you in the dark. That is ridiculous. Other people have been trying to contact them, but no response. It's insane. Oh, you know what? Rich people, that's no excuse. Like even if it's a lot of people that they don't respond to you. Rich people. Oh shoot! I hope you get your pay stub though. Rich people, as we've said earlier, take responsibility for the results in their lives. Yeah, we said that. Rich people expect to succeed. They have confidence in their abilities. They have confidence in their creativity, and they believe that what they should do to hit the fan, they can find another way to succeed. Yeah, they're like rich people are like they're like persistent. Which wealth? That's wealth file 5. That's page 87. Be persistent. Never give up. That's in more than half. Well, for kindergarten, say 30 foreign staff, 8 are in China, so well over half. Oh my gosh. Jeez. 8 are in China. Wow. Oh no, that's a lot. Still no excuse though, but holy smokes. Finally, I said enough. Yeah. Okay. Constantly learn. Yeah, we already have that actually in another section of the book. I don't think we need to add that. Control your mind. Jeez. What does T. Harv Eker say about controlling your mind? I also began challenging my mental approach wherever I began thinking in a financially negative or counterproductive ways in the past. I believed that what my mind said was truth. I learned that in many ways my mind was my biggest obstacle for success. I chose not to entertain my thoughts that did not empower me. Train your mind to entertain thoughts, empowering thoughts, nothing else. That's in wealth. I don't know what the heck I did. I didn't write the wealth file again. But I have to go back now. This is on page 14. Did you ever hear phrases like, money is the root of all evil, save your money for a rainy day, rich people are greedy, rich people are criminals, filthy rich, you have to work hard to make money, blah, 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 blah. Or the infamous, we can't afford it. So he's basically saying like some people, they have these phrases in their head, like money doesn't grow on trees, and rich people are criminals, rich people are greedy. When people say that, T. Harv Eker was just saying like, you're unconsciously training yourself to never have a lot of money. Because like, if you think rich people are greedy or they're evil, like you basically never want to become rich because you don't want to be evil, you don't want to be greedy, you think rich people take advantage of others, you don't want to take advantage of others, so you don't want to become rich. Like, so you're like gaming yourself into like a life of poverty, like, or mediocrity, or like you're did you ever in my own life, after a slow start, I began doing well in business, but never seemed to make money with my stocks and becoming aware of my money blueprint. I recalled when I was young, each day after work, my dad would sit down at dinner table with a newspaper, check the stock pages, slam his fist on the table and shout, "Those stinking stocks." He then spent the next half hour ranting about how stupid the whole system is and how you have a better chance of making money playing the slot machines in Vegas. Now that you understand the power of verbal conditioning, can you see that no wonder I couldn't make any money in the stock market? I was literally programmed to fail, programmed to unconsciously pick the wrong stock at the wrong price at the wrong time. Why? Because subconsciously validate my money blueprint that said stocks stink. Believe that rich people are greedy, therefore his mind linked up was bad. Didn't want Stephen loved his mom, didn't want her to disapprove of him. Obviously, based on her beliefs, if he were to get rich, she wouldn't approve. Therefore, the only thing... Oh, so in this example, I believe like there was a person in the book, and the mom was like strongly against rich people, and she said that they were greedy and evil and blah blah blah. So when the kids grow up, they don't want to be greedy, like they don't want to be seen as greedy, and they don't want to be seen as evil in the eyes of their parents. So they end up not wanting to have money themselves because they're kind of, they don't want to become those things that their parents hated. Page 30. Place your hand on your heart and say, I observe my thoughts and only entertain those that empower me. I have a millionaire mind. I would guess that over 90% of individuals have feelings of not being good enough or running into those veins. Where does low self-esteem come from? I already wrote about low self-esteem earlier. It's like, this is a familiar concept from other books too. Rich people understand that they do things wrong, but they don't think that they're like incapable. Like they always think that they can enact change. They always think they have the solution or they can find the solution. They don't think like, oh, I'm too stupid to find it. They never think that. Stop buying into that worthiness or unworthiness crap and start taking action. You need to get rich. Yeah, some people think they're undeserving, so it keeps them from being rich. More than half, yeah. Write down 2 financial objectives that demonstrate your intention to create abundance. May not agree. Write play to win goals for your annual income and net worth. Make these goals achievable. Go to an upscale restaurant. Go to an upscale restaurant or rent an expensive hotel room, or like rent a limo to go to the airport. Why? To inspire yourself to make more money. It's like to give yourself a why. It's like, oh, I rented a limo, and that's like a service that. Yeah, no chicken. Yeah, because chicken is usually the cheapest. It's usually like the cheapest item. So like, I think it was this book, or it might have been another book. I think it was this book. Like, he recommends going to a restaurant and basically like not looking at any prices at all. You just look at like the names of the food and you just pick one without looking at the price. And so what he was saying about his mentality is like he basically trained himself to not pick things based on price. He picks things based on what he wants, and I think he picks things based on what he wants to like inspire himself, like I really like snails. I want to have snails like every Saturday for the rest of my life. I'm gonna make money to get those snails, man. Like, I like snails. I think that's what he's talking about. To upscale restaurant to inspire herself to make more money. We asked people what are some of the possible negatives about being rich. Oh, so this is the part in the book where he's talking about like a seminar. He held a seminar, and he was going through people who are, they don't have a lot of money. They come to Escarno. Have you ever had snails? They're actually, they actually don't really taste like anything. I had them in Quebec City. I made this like friend from France, and he was like, yeah, this is like what they taste like. And the escargot that I had, it was like doused in butter. So like the snails don't really taste like anything. Well, I didn't taste anything. I just tasted butter, and like there was some seasoning and stuff, but like nope. There was like some seasoning and stuff, but like the actual snail itself, like it didn't have like a unique taste to it. So these are all people's reasonings of like what people think about. You should try it. It's actually not. I don't think it was that expensive. Was it $20 or something per 6? No, it was okay. I mean, like, I guess that is expensive, but just something to try. So Harv Eker held a seminar, and he asked all these people without any money, or like just like middle class people like me, and he's asked them like, what are your thoughts about rich people? And they're like, oh, like, or what are your thoughts about making more money? Like, oh, like it's too much work, and I could be robbed, and the government is going to be after my money, and blah blah. And so this kind of mentality actually keeps people where they are financially, because they don't want to engage in the work. They think it's too much, and they don't want to be robbed, but the likelihood of these things happening is pretty slim. Wealth file 2. Sorry, I'm just focusing. Wealth File 2. It's a texture thing. I would have tried river snails in China, but when they were pulled out of the shell, it was a spiral. Oh. What do you mean? Like, the body was a spiral? Or you mean like it was a downward spiral? Like, you saw it, and then you were grossed out, and then it smelled. So that, like that kind of spiral, like a downward spiral. When I was in Japan, I bought takoyaki, not knowing what it was. When I bit into it, I saw purple and immediately realized it was octopus. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to waste it, so I swallowed the whole thing? Ah, I don't recommend that. Oh, goodness. Takoyaki! Yeah, actually, you know what's really gross, Jess? Not takoyaki. Takoyaki, well, last time I had it, it was pretty good. But, the shape of a snail's body was a spiral. Yeah, gross. Have you've seen this? I'm pretty sure I've showed you this before. What the heck? Have you seen this one? Moving octopus. I don't understand people who eat stuff that moves. Like, and it's like cooked. You see this one? Yeah, dude, I don't understand. No, this is not it. It's not it, dude. This is it. I don't understand this. This grosses me out. I can't, dude. So, like, the octopus is dead, but when they pour the hot soya sauce on it, it like stimulates the muscles that are still there in the octopus, and like it starts moving. I can't. Oh, did you have natto? Dude, natto grosses me out, dude. What is this? I don't like natto. I don't like the looks. I think it's a little bit texture thing for me as well. Like, I don't like, it's slimy. Like, why are we eating this? It's soybeans. Did you have this? Oh, I can't do it. It looks like snot, dude. It looks horrible. But when I talk to Japanese people, they say they love it. They love it. But I can't stand the way that it looks, the way that it feels, like, already. Look at when he adds, like, all the sauces, right? And he starts mixing it. Some people add eggs, so it makes it extra slimy. So gross. Okay. He's gonna start mixing it. It's gonna just look like beans and snot. I can't. I think if I were in Japan, I would try it, but I'd be heavily grossed out. Dude. Oh. Oh. I want to die. I want to die. I actually want to die. Please don't do it to me. It looks like beans that were caught in like a spider's web. When I was in Jeju, a friend had octopus. It was fresh out of the tank, chopped up and ready to go. When she ate it, the tentacles suctioned onto her tongue. Oh, you went to Jeju Island. I've heard so much about that place, even though it was chopped up. Yeah, because I guess the mussels, right? Never had those beans. Jess, these beans are gross. Oh, the slime. The slime is insane, dude. Oh, gosh. Would you ever try these beans? Because that's a hell no for me, man. This is a hell no.
What's up? I'm going to show you how to eat natto. Here it is. These are some common natto beans.
This is a hell no.
I swear that this is really, really good. It's definitely one of my favorite things. I've served this to many people at the restaurant, just as like a little complimentary dish at the end, because I tell them, hey, have you tried natto?
No. This looks like it was caught in mucus or something. or like some kind of.
You're probably
like
saying that looks really gross.
Yeah,
but
it does.
It's not, though. No, even some Japanese people don't eat natto. Alright, so it's understandable. First thing I'm gonna do with this natto is I'm gonna make a roll. We're just gonna spread the
can you
rice
make a natto roll?
across the top of the nori here. And
That's on
right now
Patreon.
I'm just using regular white rice, medium grain rice. But you can use sushi rice if you like.
Oh,
And then just roll it,
maybe.
just like anything else.
One day I'll try it. Really? You're gross. 68 patrons. Right, I said I would be on for an hour. I gotta get moving. Okay. It's the same thing. I've already added stuff like this before. 5 dents and several deep scratches later, they passed me screaming, "You rich bastard." Oh, he's talking in the book about someone vandalized this rich person's car, like this Lamborghini or something. And basically it's like you rich bastard. It talks about the mentality of the people in the neighborhood. They think like if you're rich, you're a bastard. Maybe you didn't work for it. And so because they think these things, they will never themselves be rich because they think they're rich because you think rich people are bastards. Let's move on from this. I think we added enough. Right? Yeah, we did. Discuss finances with your partner. I haven't added that yet. Discuss finances with your partner. Ah. Discuss all of your finances with your partner or family. And I think the reason why that's really important is like you want to make sure that you're on the same page in terms of money. Like if you're like on this whole like you want to do van life, you're kind of a minimalist kind of person, and then your partner is like maxing out credit cards every month, so you're not on the same page financially. You're actually working against each other. So that's why I think he's basically saying like you have to discuss everything with your partner. Okay. Yeah, there's only one here. Here's an exercise you can do with your partner. Sit down and discuss the history of each that brings you thoughts about money. What did you hear when you were young? What did you hear about money when you were young? What was your family like with money? What emotional incidents do you have related to money? Is it a pleasure or freedom or security or status? Is it pleasure, freedom, security, or status? For me, it's actually not status. I don't care about status. It's actually security, yes, because you need a certain amount of money to live in a nice area, to have yeah, you do. Pleasure and freedom. It's definitely not status. I think it's all of those things, but not status. Pleasure? Is it pleasure? I don't know, Jesse. If you're still here, you can tell me if it's pleasure or which one it's freedom or security or status. Status. I don't care. Pleasure. To a certain extent. Like, I think there's a certain amount of pleasure you can buy with money, but it probably shouldn't be your whole thing. Like, your happiness shouldn't be based on how much money you have. That would really suck. Because once you hit like a rock bottom or something, you have no pleasure at all. Like, you have no happiness at all. Because like, that's what you want. That's what it means to you. I think for me, the one that resonates with me most. Sorry, I was on Insta. Yo, yeah, no worries. Like, yeah. So I'm on this step where it's where T. Harv Eker is asking us to have a conversation with our partner about these questions here, like what did you know about money when you were young, and like what do you think about money? And this is just to get on the same page about like you don't want your partner to like max out all your credit cards, and then you're over there, you're like a minimalist, like you have like different philosophies about money. So my question was for you was, what is money to you? Is it a pleasure, a freedom, security, status? I was saying for me, like status, it's not status at all. I actually don't care about status. Like, do I want to flash like an Apple Watch? I don't really care. Who cares? I don't have an Apple Watch, but I'm just saying, like, if I had one, who cares about flashing it, bro? Like we're all gonna die, right? So you want to go here, you want to stand outside, you want to flash your Apple Watch, like whatever. Freedom and security. What about pleasure? No pleasure? I said pleasure to a certain extent. Like I think money can buy a certain amount of pleasure, but it shouldn't be all of your happiness, you know? Like if you lose your job, does that mean you have no happiness because like you're out of money for a little bit? That would really suck. Discuss what you want today, not as in what you want today, not as individuals, but as a partnership. Decide and agree. I guess that comes with freedom and security. Oh, you're saying that your pleasure comes from freedom and security. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Before you start, discuss all of your finances with your partner or family. What did you hear about money when you were young? Is there anything interesting you can show me on Instagram? What were you looking at? What did you hear about money when you were young? What was your family like with money? What emotional incidents do you have with money? Deciding your financial goals or together. Then create a list of these attitudes and actions you both agree to live by and write them down. Post them on a wall. And if you ever have an issue, post. Yeah. Cool. This is in wealth file. Son of a gun. I'm just responding to messages. Yeah, I need to respond to them. You sent me some messages too. I need to respond to them. I'm almost done adding for today. I think even if I don't finish right now, I think I'll go offline at 6. It's like just to give myself a little bit of a break. Okay, what else is here? Just responding to messages. Don't complain. Okay. So we're gonna so rich people don't complain. Or that's like his advice. So mentality. I need to organize all this information. Define your why. Don't complain about anything. Don't complain. Practice not complaining. Change things you can. Don't worry about things you can't change. Consider meditation. That's in Wealth File 11. Here's some homework that I promise will change your life. For the next 7 days, I challenge you to not complain at all. Not just out loud, but in your head as well. But you have to do it for the full 7 days. Why? Because for the first few days, you may still have some residual crap coming to you from before. Unfortunately, crap doesn't travel at the speed of light. You know it travels at the speed of crap. Every time you catch yourself blaming, justifying, or complaining, slide your index finger across your neck and remind yourself that you're slitting your financial throat by complaining. Once again, even though this gesture may seem a little crude to yourself, complaining is the absolute worst possible thing you could do for your health or wealth. The worst. Why? I'm a big believer in the universal law that states what you focus on expands. When you are complaining, what are you focusing on? What's right in your life or what's wrong with it? You are obviously focusing on what's wrong with it. Many teachers in the personal development field talked about the law of attraction. It states that like attracts like, meaning that if you're complaining, you're actually attracting crap into your life. Rich people do not back away from problems, do not avoid problems, and do not complain about problems. Rich people are financial warriors. In our Enlightened Warrior training camp, the definition of a warrior we use is one who conquers oneself. The bottom line is that if you become a master at handling your problems and overcoming any obstacle, what can stop you from success? The answer is nothing. And if nothing can stop you, you become unstoppable. Okay. I got it, Harv Eker. I understand. Don't complain. Find a mentor. I've already written about this though. It's okay. Get paid based on results. Where could I put that? In the earn more section? Oh, also because this document is getting quite long, sometimes it takes a little bit to load. Monetize your hobby. Get paid based on results, not by time. There is only 24 hours in a day. So your money is limited if you are paid hourly. Get paid based on results. Deliver value. Get paid based on delivering value. Wealth File 4. You will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to the marketplace. That's right, an entrepreneur is nothing more than a problem solver. So I ask you, would you rather solve problems for more people or fewer people? If you replied more, then you need to start thinking bigger and decide to help massive numbers of people, thousands, even millions. The byproduct is that the more people you help, the richer you become, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and definitely financially. At my seminars, I often meet salaried or hourly wage employees who complain to me that they're not getting paid what they're worth. My response is, in whose opinion? I'm sure your boss thinks you're compensated fairly. I'm sure you get off the salary treadmill and ask to be paid based fully or partially on your performance. Or why don't you get off the salary treadmill and ask to be paid based fully on or partially on your performance? Or if that is not possible, why not work for yourself? Then you'll know you're making exactly what you're worth. Somehow this advice doesn't seem to appease these people who are obviously terrified for testing their true value in the market, or terrified of testing their true value in the marketplace. Rich people prefer to get paid based on results they produce, if not totally, then at least partially. Rich people usually own their own business in some form. They make income from their profits. Rich people choose stock options and profit sharing in lieu of higher salaries. Notice there is no guarantees with any of the above. As stated earlier, in the financial world, the rewards are usually proportionate to the risk. Rich people believe in themselves. They believe in their value and their ability to deliver it. Poor people don't, and that's why they need guarantees. Okay. Give to others. I've already written about that, I think. It's like, be generous. Well, before. But your life is not just about you. It's also about contributing to others. It's your mission or reason for being here. It's about adding your piece to the puzzle. Most people are so stuck in their egos. Yeah. Almost done. Journal. I think I wrote about that in the mentality section. Why does he say to journal? Do a debrief at the end of the day. Write down one thing that went well and one thing that didn't. Then write down the answer to the following question. How did I create each of these situations? If others were involved, ask yourself, what was my part in creating each of these situations? This exercise will keep you accountable for your life and make you aware of strategies that are working for you and strategies that are not. I think I wrote about it. Oh, I didn't. Practice. Start journaling. Write down one thing that worked for you today and one thing that went well for you today and one thing that didn't go well. Ask yourself how you contributed to that situation. If there were more people involved, ask yourself what part you contributed to that situation. That is wealth file 1. Okay, that's done. Almost done. Adding my notes to the book. Mentality. Having a lot of money makes life the number one reason most people don't get what they want is that they don't know what they want. Rich people are totally clear they want wealth. They are unwavering in their desire. They are fully committed to creating wealth, as long as it's legal. Yeah, so that's like the define your why part, which I wrote about. So this is also, that's 4 as well. Okay. Almost done. Millionaire Mind actions. Oh yeah, this one has a lot. Maybe I'll do that later. Sell by providing a need. I wrote about this later. Suppose you had the cure for arthritis. You met someone who was suffering. Would you wait for that person to read your mind or guess that you have a product that you could help? Well, what do you think? What would you think of someone who didn't offer suffering people their opportunity because they were too shy or too afraid or too cool to move? So this applies if you're too afraid to sell your own stuff. The fact is, if you're selling something that will help people, you should look forward to helping them. And so you, in that way, like, you shouldn't be afraid of selling as long as you're genuinely trying to help people. The kind of salespeople that are not welcomed are people who try to push stuff on you. You don't want those kinds of people, the people who push stuff on you. But if you're genuinely trying to help, and it's like, oh, like, oh, you have a problem with like your internet, have you ever tried like a VPN? Because a VPN will help you like connect to servers around the world. Like you said, your Netflix doesn't work, like you should try this one. Like, I use this VPN all the time. Like, it's not so much selling, it's more like a recommendation because you genuinely want to help someone. So I should put that in the business section. Metadata, social media. Questions to ask yourself. Heading 2. Sell by genuinely solving needs. Salespeople who push products for their own gain are unwelcomed. Instead of thinking of it as selling, think of it as a recommendation. You genuinely want to help people in need. You're not pushing anything. You are suggesting something that could genuinely help them. That's in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. What? Mind, T. Eker. That's in Wealth File 8. Start a business? Yeah, we already talked about that. Another option is exchanging your job for a contract position. So he's saying, like, talk to your employer about changing to a contract where you get paid based on results and commission. It's not applicable for everybody. Like, if you're a teacher, you can't get paid based on results. Like, I'm a teacher. I can't just suggest that I be a contractor all of a sudden. Should own their own business. First, part-time, okay. Secondly, it's extremely difficult when the tax man is grabbing half of everything you've earned. If you own your own business, you could save a small fortune in taxes. Yeah, we talked about that. I'm gonna need to earn a lot more money. The second major source of passive income is business working for you. This entails generating ongoing income from business where you do not need to be there personally involved. Examples are real estate, royalties from books. Okay, here we go. You want to create passive income. Money you earn without having to be in a specific place. Examples: rental, real estate, royalties from books, music, software, licensing your ideas, becoming a franchisor, owning storage units, owning, vending, or other types of coin operated machines. Network marketing. I don't really want to do network marketing, but it is one of these suggestions. That is in Wealth File 15. Okay. Start as soon as possible. Yeah, I think I wrote about that already. It's in the mentality section. Start as soon as possible. If you wait for the perfect time, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. That's in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. The key is involvement. Unfortunately, when you hear, when you forget. When you do, you understand. 5:16. Life doesn't travel in a perfectly straight line. It's more like a winding river. More often than not, you can see the next bend. Only then can you see the next turn and can you see more. Only when you reach the bend can you see more. Okay. 23. That's 5 and 11. Oh, 16. For the record, being willing to risk doesn't necessarily mean that you're willing to lose. Rich people take educated risks. That means they research, they do their due diligence, and they make decisions based on solid information and facts. Do rich people take forever to get educated? No. They do what they can in as short a time as possible, then make informed decisions and can go for it. Action always beats inaction. Rich people get started. They trust once they get in the game, they can make intelligent decisions. Rich people trust that when they get in the game, they will be able to make intelligent decisions from there. Life moves like a winding river. More often than not, you can only see to the next bend, and only when you reach the next turn can you see more. Okay? It's imperative to realize that it's not necessary to try to get rid of fear in order to succeed. Rich and successful people have fear. Rich and successful people have doubts. Rich and successful people have worries. They just don't let these feelings stop them. Unsuccessful people have fears, doubts, and worries and let those feelings stop them. Rich people feel the fear and do it anyways. That's Wealth File 16. Because we are creatures of habit, we need to practice acting in spite of fear, in spite of doubt, in spite of worry, in spite of uncertainty, in spite of inconvenience, in spite of discomfort. Okay. The 4 pillars of wealth. What is this? Income, savings, investment, simplification. Yeah, that's actually where I got my headers from. Watch your circle. Yeah, I think I wrote about that already. Work indefinitely. Yeah, I wrote about that too. Where is this from? Wealth File 3. Set up a process and work indefinitely. Success Execute indefinitely. No one can tell you when you will succeed. Okay, last one, and then I'm offline. You are deserving. Be ready to receive. Don't feel bad. All of a sudden, I hear the inner voice say to me, nature is totally abundant, but not discriminating. When the rain falls, it has to go somewhere. If one part is dry, another part will be doubly wet. Blah, blah, blah. Feelings of unworthiness believe it's inappropriate to them for them to be unrewarded for their efforts. They are deserving. Wow. Just as much as anybody else. That's in Wealth Pile 10. Okay, I think I'm ready to call it a day. Jess, thanks for joining me. I'm gonna go offline now. I'm just gonna rest a little bit. I pretty much added everything from this book. There's like this folder of actionable things you can do, but I think I added a lot of them already. So I'm gonna go and chill, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye, 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 bye. Oh, toodles. Okay, bye. Cool. Have a good day, Jess. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Like, having someone to chill with on stream is like makes the experience so much more fun. Like, seriously. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So I really appreciate you coming and sticking around. Yeah, hashtag van life. We'll talk about it more. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, toodles. Bye bye.